And poof.
Poof. There we are.
Gemini.
There's Monisha.
Monisha. And hi to Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble's up, but nobody's over there quiet at the moment, I don't think.
Oh, my.
I wish we could see both chats at the same time.
I know. They make things difficult.
Wish I could spell.
You wish you could spell?
Yeah, I was saying hi to Monisha was because when I'm on the tablet, it automatically just brings up whatever I typed in last time for somebody's name, you know.
Hey, Clay.
Hi, Clay.
So it's Monishi.
Clay had a good show tonight. Little video on torture devices.
Oh, I still gotta watch that.
I mean, it's kind of horrible to think about that they used to torture people like that, but it's kind of neat to know the history behind it, I guess.
Should we bring some of that stuff back?
I'm not so sure they don't have it. How do we know? We haven't been tortured, so how do we know? We don't know what happens down in the basements of the wherever they do it at.
Creepy. Yeah, I still need to watch that.
So anyway, welcome in, guys, to the Night Owl Lounge. I don't think I said that at the beginning. We just started talking.
Yeah. I started saying hi to everybody.
Might be a slow night. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be. That's fine too. If it is, we'll just have an early show. Hey, Robin.
Hi, Robin. Hi, Jay.
Looking at your free kitty video. Hi, Jay. Welcome in. Torture device, my first wife. That's funny. Torture device.
So I know we only have a few people in here. We'll probably have to do it again, but what's everybody's thoughts on this social ID that's going to be going on for people in YouTube and social medias? Because it's going to be hard because we don't want to get a real ID. And I'm not going to do it to continue our show, so I don't know.
Is a digital ID different than a real ID? They said a digital ID and facial recognition. Well, I think that's different than the real ID, isn't it?
Oh, but still, this is obtrusive.
I know. That's what I mean. They're just calling it something different, but yeah, it's still facial recognition and digital ID to even log into YouTube eventually. So
I don't know.
Case, no more music videos. We're going to go bye.
I mean, I don't want to, but
unless we can just do Rumble, or maybe Rumble's going to be non-facial recognition friendly. is that the right term?
If I misspell anybody's name, forgive me. I'm having a hard time tonight for some reason. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh, and the reason why they said so they can prove that you are over 18 years old. Well, I think
so. What's to stop some kid from using their parents' ID?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they don't if they never show their face online or
So I know we've heard these fear mongering things before. Hopefully Rumble's not going to do the same.
Yeah, I don't know about Rumble. I mean, they might not have a choice if it becomes a law or a mandate or whatever. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know what's.
Well, that's what I'm saying. People are wondering, is it going to get to the point that you have to log in to even get on the internet, which means you can't get into Facebook or nothing unless I'm not going to do my facial recognition or a thumbprint or my eyeball. I'm not doing none of that stuff.
Clay says they already have his ID because of monetization.
Oh, God, yeah, but I think this is something new and different. They want a digital ID and your facial recognition by next. I heard April.
I don't know. I heard August 13th, or at least what I saw online. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not. If it gets to the point you can't get on Facebook or anything, we'll just say fine.
So we don't have anything. We don't have passports. We don't have real IDs. We just have our driver's licenses and social security card, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not supposed to use your social security ID, but everybody does.
So
that's not what that was created for. You're not supposed to give that number out, but everybody uses it.
Hopefully it's not getting to that point, guys. But so far, Rumble's friendly, unless, like you said, they have to. Or is it just a YouTube thing? Or is it just another fear-mongering thing?
But we don't
heard this before.
I mean, obviously, our big followings here on YouTube, just like everybody else. A lot of people have their big following on YouTube, and I hate to leave it, but I mean, 1.7 thousand subscribers on our channel. How many of them actually really watch our videos or come into chat?
Our regulars.
Yeah. So if they'd follow us over on Rumble, we'd be all right. But
like Jackie says, some places demand your social security number. The change to policy again as well. It's okay to swear. Oh, it's okay to swear now? Oh, well, poo.
Poo? Is that a swear word?
You never know with YouTube.
Oh, Winnie.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
So if you haven't done it yet, if you guys watch this video, make sure you go over and follow us on Rumble, just in case we have to switch over, because we're not going to do the real ID or any of that stuff. So if we disappear without getting a chance to say, hey, come over to Rumble, this is your chance now to go over to our Rumble and start watching this if you want to hang out with us. And but if Rumble does the same thing, then I guess we'll just be gone. I don't know.
I like what Gemini said. Welcome in, Wendell. So what, are they saying that we got to pay for downloads too in the future?
I don't know.
If that's the case, well, poo on that.
I haven't heard that.
Hopefully Rumble will be okay. I don't know. We all know what the future. I just go day by day, guys, just one day at a time, and try not to think and look into the future, because you don't believe anything they're saying, but then all of a sudden it's going to happen, and I don't know.
So this past week, I downgraded. What all did I do? I downgraded StreamYard because this month, August, they were going to charge us double for the new program, because we were grandfathered in because we paid ahead of time for a year subscription before they raised everybody's prices. So it finally came due where they wanted us to pay more money. So I just downgraded the next package under, which puts us almost close to back to what we were paying. So that's all right, as long as nothing changes too awful much. Then we downgraded our merchandise shop because hardly anybody's ordering now. It's kind of like at the beginning, everybody wanted shirts or thought it was cool and liked our designs, like this shirt and Jane's shirt that she's wearing tonight. But it seems like that slowed down. So,
well, we had to upgrade because of international. Well, we're not getting anybody Canada or
right.
UK ordering. So we went, well, heck with this. Why are we paying the $24 if nobody out of country is ordering anyway? So we'll go back down.
So if anybody in the U.S. wants to order it, nothing will affect you guys, but it's just anybody what they considered overseas or other countries. And I thought I said North America, so Canada should have already been included. But
yeah, I know. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Yeah, Clay says beginning of the social credit score thingy.
Yeah, China and all them's already had it where they dependent, and Europe, I guess UK's they've already cracked down on their social, but China's done it for a long time. If they don't like what you say or they stop you from getting on the internet, they actually can stop you from getting money because they have digital currency over there. They can stop you depending on, whether you're saying stuff against the government or political officials or whatever. In China, they can put a hurt to you. You can't do anything because they can turn off everything because they all use that one app. That one app controls everything for them.
Hey, Michelle, welcome in. I'm going to stop you from buying certain foods.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger.
Hi, Roger.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about some of this. I try not to think about it. I just want to go outside and smile at a butterfly. But there's not that many of those either.
And I hope it doesn't come to that.
What?
I mean, we really like hanging out with you guys and just having fun and having guests on and telling their story or whatever their experiences are or a certain subject matter. But I don't know. We'll just see what happens.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not going to worry about it till
Yeah. Don't worry about it until it happens, and
then we'll make the decision.
Well, there won't be too many people probably on YouTube. I think most people will say, I ain't doing that.
Well, like Clay said, a lot of people might be monetized already and they already have their IDs. I don't know. So those people will probably still stay there because they don't care. But people like us that the small channels and don't monetize necessarily. So
unless this thing is something different, like they said, they want facial recognition before you have to log in every single time is what they're saying. To make sure you are you and you are older than 18.
Well, I guess it'll be nice because go ahead and do it because then we'll just get rid of the internet. We'll just get rid of YouTube and social media and we'll be back to living how we probably should be living anyway instead of being online.
Yeah.
What's Amazon going to do? Amazon.
Will
you have to have an ID to order stuff off of Amazon?
I don't know.
That'll put a hurt to Amazon, won't it?
Oh, well. It is what it is. What happens is going to happen. Just go one day at a time and try to smile at anything possible.
I did see a video today, and it has nothing to do with it, but kind of does, where I saw the woman put her hand over the pay thing at a grocery store or whatever, and
that's been out for a while.
Because you had the chip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's been out for a little while already. Pay by your palm.
Pay by what?
By your palm.
Yeah, that's what she did.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Big brother. Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going away, but if we have to make that decision, then we're going away. So we'll see what happens.
Well, things are changing awfully fast. And Big Brother's been watching us probably since the 1990s. They know anything and everything about us already. You can't hide from them no matter what.
So this came up this week.
And
everybody probably already knows about this. I guess we'll get all this junk over at the beginning and get to our normal.
Get our venting out of the way.
Get our normal stuff. So everybody's probably already seen this or have heard about it. About Bill Gates owning all this farmland, 275,000 acres in all these states combined. And he has got approval for the spray for vegetables and fruits. And it's just horrible. I mean,
Is he actually farming and using that land?
I think they are. I think it's all farmland that's being used now. I think he's buying the land, and there's already corporations or farmers that are like sharecropping it, basically. So it's called a peel. And supposedly they're supposed to put labels on whatever has this spray, this RNA, or was it RMA, RNA? I don't know. But supposedly it has to do with the how do I say it without getting in trouble? We can cuss, but we can't say certain words still.
I know, right? What are you talking about? The jabby jab?
Yeah, the jabby jab. That's probably even a word you're not supposed to say anymore. But anyway, it's the same thing. They figured out how to put it in a spray, and it coats the outside of the vegetable. And they say you can't even hardly wash it off. It's like it's not like the fruit you have where you would just wash off a normal insecticide. This is something completely different. And they found a way to. Yeah, see, I thought it said August 13th. So I don't know. But they found out China started it by putting it in their milk. They figured out how to put the
I heard that. Yeah.
RNMA in milk.
mRNA.
Yeah. And then now they got it where they can put it in other foods also. So it's just not the spray on the fruit or vegetables. It's going to be in our food. So if you can buy local from farmers or vendors at an open market, or a butcher or a family run farm that butchers their meat and sells it to you, that's the best route you can go. Because even grass fed, I was watching a show where even if it says grass fed on the label, doesn't mean that they're not getting GMOs or any of that other stuff. It just means this cow or this animal has been eating grass at some point during her life. That's all it qualifies for. So it doesn't mean it's necessarily healthier. So there you go. As much as it pains me to bring anything up on the show about Bill Gates, other than I guess we need to bring it up just to say watch out.
Trying to grow your own. A lot of things aren't growing this year because of the non-normal sun and the extra heat. Our strawberries, we had very few. Most of them dried up because of the heat. Our raspberries, we got very few because the rest of them dried up. Our grapes were plentiful. Well, they're drying up and falling off the vine.
Yeah, they started out so good. I thought we were going to have a good crop this year of grapes to make our jellies or juice or whatever we wanted to do.
Tomatoes are small. The cherry tomatoes are the size of a small marble. They should be the size of a large marble. The big tomatoes are puny. I did 2 packages of seeds for kale, and I only got like 4 plants. I don't know what's wrong. I think it's the sun.
Hi, Claudette.
Hey, Claudette.
I don't know what it is. Could be whatever's in the rain. Could be
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, on that note,
I feel dyslexic. Every time I'm typing in, it's like I'm having trouble with anybody's name. It's like, why am I not spelling right tonight?
uh-oh.
Not that I do any other time, but it just feels weird tonight. So how about this one? Let's talk about this for get off of that stuff. So the Ring of Fire. Now we know the Ring of Fire is always active. It's always like the point, but it seems like it's getting more active. They just had another what was it? Earthquake in New York? What was it? New York, right?
New Jersey, New York.
New Jersey, yeah.
I was watching. No, it wasn't Dutch Sense. It was a Monkey Works. He actually came on. I think he was showing all these volcanoes in very weird, strange places and strange areas. They're just all over. There's just tons of them.
So I guess we've never really actually showed all these volcanoes and their names or where they're at. Oh, somehow I got some of them cut off. I didn't realize that. It goes all the way up around. There's Japan. So that's the one that just happened recently, right? Up there by Russia.
Yeah.
There's Alaska.
There's still little earthquakes up there.
So no matter where you go, so here's going down the West Coast into Mexico. South America. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
I still say all these movies, all these years have scared us about these tsunamis, getting New York and the whole East Coast. Well, honestly, I think it's going to be the West Coast because of the Ring of Fire. I think that's where the tsunami is going to be. They're telling us opposite from the movies.
Right.
Just my opinion. Entertainment purposes only.
I just turned on live chat on the screen. I didn't realize I didn't have it on. So sorry, everybody, but now your comments should come up at least on screen. Might not be huge, but at least it's on screen. And then I found this one to kind of go along with it. I don't know if anybody's thought about this or seen this. So it seems like when giant planets are in a line, we have unusually large earthquakes. So in this diagram, you got Neptune, Saturn, Earth, and Mars getting ready to hit. And I don't know if this is what already happened that caused the big one off of Russia, if that alignment's current. I'm not saying it is. I'm just because this came out right shortly after. So there it says July 30th, 2025 for the alignment.
July 30th.
Hey, dwarf.
I saw a goat.
I saw a goat.
I saw a goat.
And I liked it.
And Wendell says the one in Yellowstone is the one that worries me. Well, that sure has been rumbling itself here lately.
Yeah, but that's the one that's been going off on is the geysers.
Yeah.
Have been exploding and a lot more pressure. So I don't know if the crust is weak or Oh, Lionsgate, August, was that August
August 8th. And
August 8th, so that's coming up.
that's when my Big Dipper event starts also. And I'm thinking, is there a connection there? The last 3 years has been August 8th. And I checked last night. It was so clear. There's a few things flying around, but it hasn't happened. Well, today's the 6th. Got
Today
two more.
is the 6th.
We got 2 more nights, and our Big Dipper with tons of them going all over the place should be happening if it's not cloudy.
So I like this I don't know what program this is, but I like the way the date is down below, where you can change it with the arrows, and then it changes your picture.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find out what program it is because I really like that. Now I have programs that you can kind of do the same thing on, but not like this. This is cool. So anyway, so does the big alignments of the big planet, or the alignments of the big planets, do they affect us here on Earth? I would assume so. I don't know. Does it cause the earthquakes? Does it cause the volcanoes going off? I haven't ever heard anybody talk about that before. That's kind of cool that all of a sudden it popped up.
But is it causing them to increase? We didn't have a whole lot of earthquakes when we were kids. It's just like we got thousands of them now as grown up.
I mean, all this time. I mean, I guess you should go back if you have access to something like this, some kind of astronomy program. Go back to when Mount Vesuvius or Mount St. Helens or any of them and see, okay, what was the planets looking like up in the sky? It should be easy to check. Go back to all the big volcanoes that's happened. Yeah, I would think the sun, like Jackie said, I would think the sun probably has something to do with it too. I don't know. The moon has an influence on our tides and waters, and who knows if maybe it can affect the underground chambers or tunnels of the volcanoes or the aquifer. Maybe it messes with the aquifer under the ground and makes stuff blow or weakens the tectonic plates. I don't know.
Or are they doing something underground to cause some of this?
Maybe. So I was sent this as a reminder from a friend. We talked about that one guy that was predicted earthquake in Russia or that area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the same person sent me a reminder that Edgar Casey said the U.S. West Coast would someday experience major quakes within 90 days of eruption of Italy's Mount Vesuvius, which erupted in a major way in 1906. So that's when we got the San Francisco earthquake that was devastating, huge. So it says Vesuvius area has experienced little rumbling lately, but so far nothing major. So keep an eye out on Mounts Vesuvius in Italy. And if that goes sometime within 90 days, according to whoever this guy's talking to, we're going to have a major earthquake in the West Coast. Does that include Yellowstone? I don't know. I don't know.
It's not going to take much for Yellowstone to go.
So 90 days. So somewhere around a 90 days period, if Mount Vesuvius has a major eruption, we'll have to keep track and see. Of course, we'll know. It'll be major news.
So in other words, it's nice knowing you guys.
So if it's not the digital ID, it's going to get us. No, I'm
volcanoes are going to get us. Or tsunamis.
Earthquakes, volcanoes.
What's next? Giant spiders.
Oh, giant spiders. So if Mount Vesuvius takes off, Robin, dwarf, Heidi Pop, whoever else is out on the West Coast, you might want to start vacationing or coming in to Midwest.
Just bring your sleeping bags. You can sleep out there with the goats.
We'll have room for you. We'll make accommodations for you. So I don't know. I just thought all that was interesting. How we talked about it. I think it was last week. We talked about the Russian earthquake and the guy that predicted it, or kind of predicted it.
Welcome in, Mr. Osgood.
Yeah, welcome in.
On that note, anything positive?
I got the couch downstairs. At one time, well, we have 3 bedrooms right now, and we kind of turned the downstairs basement into our studio. I'm on one side, Jane's on the other. But at one time, this was all kids' rooms. We had divided it up. Since me and Jane got married, I had 2, she had 3.
So yeah, we had
a full house, so we divided up rooms. And actually, we have more. We have the other room behind you.
This one in front of me is
That's really 4. 4 rooms,
and then where you're
we
sitting,
divided up this room.
Yeah, that was our son's room where Garrel's sitting.
Oh, we had Skylar and
she was on the other side. We divided. We just kind of made a.
Yeah, we just made a quick divider just to separate the 2, which worked out fine because both sides of this room has a door. So we just put a Brady Bunch divider up of what was it, sheets and whatever else we could find. We didn't put a permanent wall up or nothing.
Those canning shelves and stuff like that.
Yeah, we just something as a physical barrier.
And then behind me was their living room, and they had the Wii and
their own TV, stereo system, surround sound. They had it made down there.
All their games. Yep. So they all hung out down here, and their friends, and
had kid parties. Probably did stuff we probably don't want to know about.
So then they all moved out, and I kind of took over and turned it into my music room.
So if any of the kids are listening, they're all moved out. They're all grown up now. So if any of you guys want to come and tell us the real story of what happened on the other side of the room, what'd you guys really do? I know you weren't watching movies and playing games all the time. Now, come on. Get real.
Mom and Dad will never know.
So if any of the kids want to come clean, tell us some stories. So we can't ground you.
I think we've heard a few stories already, but I think the funniest one is, and I know they're not watching our show, but the funniest one is when our son was visiting his dad for the weekend, and he called and said that he checked on him and he wasn't in the room. So he went over to the girlfriend's house, and he kind of came to the door and kind of acted kind of weird. And man, I must have been sleepwalking. I don't realize how I got over here.
Yeah.
And we're going, yeah, right. Is that the best you can come up with?
Never ever sleepwalked. The whole time he lived with us. Hasn't ever sleepwalked as far as I know since he moved out on his own.
Right.
But all of a sudden that one night he sleepwalked.
Yeah, he sleepwalked across town too.
Yeah, all the way across town.
All the way across town. Ended up being at the girlfriend's house. Yep. Oh, we got some good ones.
Oh, Amanda says she has some good stories.
Oh, we got some good ones. Yeah, when my mom was gone, my brother and I had a kegger in the backyard with a live band twice.
Nice. Once wasn't enough, was it? Just had to repeat it.
Yeah, we told her when we grew up.
No, it didn't work. We still punished him, or his dad punished him, or he couldn't go over back there again by himself or be left alone. So, and the other one is that I got cell phones without telling anybody for the kids except Jane. Jane knew. And no more than when I got home, our kids already got in trouble for cell phones because somebody had one from another friend was texting on it when they weren't supposed to be. So they had secret phones before we even knew it.
Hey, Mad Pax. So, yeah, the things that we found out our kids were doing. Man, I'm surprised they survived through the teen years. I'm surprised we survived through the teen years.
I got to hand it to Shane, though. He had that phone under the table, and he could just type without even flinching or moving a muscle. He knew those keys so well, and that's the one where you had to hit each button 2 or 3 times to get to the letter or the one that you wanted.
Well, I guess a lot of those kids could. Yeah. Back then, they knew how to real fast without even looking. And I guess one funny story, I don't know if this happened to one of our kids, that somebody got caught with his phone in the classroom, and the teacher said, I know you got a phone. He said, well, how do you know that, I was down there typing? And she said, well, I don't think you're down there looking at your privates and smiling that much.
That was, that whole night while we were sitting at the table eating, I did not see him look down one time until I caught him. Just the one time I caught him. It's like, okay, what do you got under the table? And that's when all hell broke loose about the phone. But he must have been doing it the whole time we were eating. And I guess I was paying attention to eating or talking to the other kids and didn't pay attention to what he was doing. But
yeah, like Mad Pax said, thank God there wasn't cell phones with cameras back in the days.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I can't imagine all the stuff I did being on Facebook or YouTube or
yeah, we all did things when we were teens.
See, it makes me wonder, as much stuff as we caught our kids doing, I don't know, we probably didn't catch all of it, I'm sure, but it just makes me wonder, did my parents know, but just never said nothing? Or as long as they didn't get called to the police station or down to the emergency room at the hospital, was it like, whatever. So either they didn't know or they didn't care, which I don't know which one's worse. I can't imagine them not knowing, because we knew. Kind of knew, I guess.
Well, usually the parents called the other parent saying, yeah, your kid's over in our neighborhood.
Yeah. I tell you what, my dad worked at a plant here in town, and all the majority of the town, they worked out there one way or another or knew somebody out there or whatever. But my dad was a foreman or a boss out there. I punched a kid in basketball practice. So we're at basketball practice after school. And I punched a kid because he was being a jerk and an ass. I laid him out right on the basketball floor. And the coach never really did nothing about it or anything. But I tell you what, by the time I got home,
your mom already knew?
My dad already knew.
Oh.
His dad was home. Because it was after school. So dad was home from work, and he had already talked to the kid's father. He already knew.
Oh, wow. Missed something. Where did it go? Mad Pax, dry ice and toilets. Not a good idea. The school doesn't think too highly of that.
Yeah, we did dry ice and 2-liter bottles and all kinds of stuff. We didn't do any damage to anybody's property or anything. Like there was a big spree of kids doing dry ice and putting them in people's mailboxes and all kinds of stuff, but not our area, but our era, but kids in the 90s or 2000s or whatever.
No, we grab wild animals and throw them in people's mailboxes. Wake up the next morning. Well, actually, the mail lady would be the first one to experience. Can you imagine opening up a mail door, putting mail in, and here comes an animal come flying out as fast as possible?
We did. We did put a skunk in a visiting team's basketball's bus. So I bet that was a fun ride home. Actually, I think, you know what? Actually, I think our school had to loan them one of our buses to get home.
Oh, that's horrible because that smell don't go away.
So yeah, they had. But I bet when they first opened those doors, or the driver went there, is like, I bet he couldn't believe it.
Joe said M80s in the toilet were my specialty in middle school. Wow.
M80s. Growing up, my uncle would come visiting. He moved out of state. He was a pastor or a priest. Actually, he was a I can't think. Anyway, he was a priest. It'll come to me what religion he was in, but when he came, he'd give us kids firecrackers and cherry bombs.
The Lutheran?
Lutheran. Yes, I'm sorry, Lutheran. You are correct. I'll have to bring up his picture some night in his full outfit wardrobe. It's a really good picture, but yeah, I mean, I was young. I was in grade school, real young. My other brothers and sisters were older, so they loved seeing Uncle Gilbert because he'd always give us, Easter baskets with the paddles, the balls, and Easter eggs and all. I mean, every holiday he'd come back. And matter of fact, the picture I show all the time with me and my sister with the birthday cake that has a great big cake with a turkey on it. That was from Uncle Gilbert.
So then he started giving you firecrackers and cherry bombs.
Yeah, I don't know how that started, but yeah, he'd bring back
instead of bubble gum.
Firecrackers and cherry bombs. Cherry bombs were awesome, man. That's when they were good.
So here, kids, go outside and have fun.
They weren't just smoke bombs. These were exploding, and they looked just like the smoke bombs that kids used to buy in the little balls with the little wick coming out of it.
That's what we'd do in high school. We'd put smoke bombs in people's lockers. Graduated 2002.
Wow. See, I don't think kids change. I think they still get in trouble, still have fun. Times are different though. Sometimes the fun's a little different than what we experienced when we were kids. It's not like putting fish in the swimming pool, in the public swimming pool or anything like that.
Or jipping school. It was a lot easier jipping school back in our day.
Well, we had a senior skip day.
Yeah, that they knew about.
A lot of times it was the junior class also. And so it'd be juniors and seniors wouldn't show up for the day, or sometimes some of them took it a little too far and went 2 or 3 days without showing up to school. But
I don't think the kids do that anymore as a skip day.
Cosmic Joe. He said he was supposed to graduate in 81, but quit school to work at the sanitation department. I thought you were going to say you had to quit school because you had to do a community service with the sanitation department.
I graduated in 1980.
She cut. Amanda says I cut every day. But our history teacher had a farm, and that's where senior skip day was.
Out of the teacher's farm?
Out of the teacher's farm. He had a pond and a great big pasture. He had some cows out there that he said, do whatever you want, just leave the cows alone. That was the one rule. You couldn't bother his cows. Same teacher that we went out to a political dinner. He took me and another student that was aligned with the party that he liked, and he paid for I think it was like $200 a plate. I mean, it was a big dinner, and he took us out for at some local country bar that had really good ribs and bought us beers. That's why we're in high school. We weren't seniors then either, by the way. We weren't close to being 18. 16 to 22 years old. Wow. Westinghouse Defense. I bet that was a good job. Any top secret programs at the Westinghouse Defense, Cosmic Joe?
Gonna get him in trouble.
Hey, Two Shadows.
Yeah, welcome into Shadows. Oh my.
So anyway, I don't know how we got on that subject, but
Fun days of being teens.
yeah, I guess we start off by talking about cell phones and
our teenagers.
teenagers, and I don't know. See, growing up when I did, so I graduated in 82. So I was born in 63.
See, I told you. I said, yeah, but none that I can talk about.
I figured. Growing up, I didn't really have rules. I mean, of course, when I was young, you know, I was always with mom or whatever, you know, she was stay at home, Avon lady kind of deal. But it's like high school, junior high, junior college, when I was going there, I was still at home. I didn't have a curfew necessarily. I didn't necessarily have to tell my parents where I was going, where I've been. You know, obviously, unless something major happened, you know, then they'd ask, well, were you around when this happens? Like, yeah, nah. But anyway, I didn't have to sneak out. I mean, if I came home at 2:00 in the morning, I came home at 2:00 in the morning. I mean, I was respectful and didn't wake my parents up or didn't make any noise. But I mean, just like growing up in our age, our front door was never locked. The rear back doors were never locked.
Right.
So I didn't sneak in through the garage or a bedroom window or.
You see what Mad Pack said is something that you would do.
Yeah, I was
potato guns and shoot potatoes at the jet skiers.
We had potato guns. We had tennis ball cannons.
Oh,
we talked about that one day. I tried to show a picture of it. I couldn't really find a good picture of it where you take steel cans. They weren't aluminum cans. They were steel cans. You cut the tops and bottoms off of the ones all the way up. So they were probably at least 4 or 5 feet tall, these cans. The bottom one had a hole porked in the bottom and the top of the can that's when you used to have to punch the holes in the cans.
Mm-hmm.
So you would poke holes with an ice pick all around it. And so you tape all these cans together. So you'd have the one on the bottom that you put the lighter fluid in. And you jam that tennis ball down the top all the way down, just like a cannon or a musket. And you light that thing off and boom. And that tennis ball would go out of sight. And sometimes it come down flaming. I did that one day in our driveway, and our neighbor came out of the house and said, "Holy hell, what was that?" I said, "It was a tennis ball cannon. I just shot off a tennis ball." And he watched. And he's all, you know, he was
cool.
He thought like a water heater exploded or a gas explosion. He said it shook his house when it went off. Polish cannons. Yeah, we just called them tennis ball cannons.
Oh, Polish cannons.
Claudette, 62. Yeah, I was 63. Amanda was born when I graduated high school.
Yeah.
I must be old.
Mad Pax was born in 74.
74. My sister, the closest one to me, I think she was 72.
You mean graduated?
74, 70. I don't know.
Mad Pax was born in 74.
Oh, I was talking about graduated. Yeah, I don't know. That was fun. Didn't die. Didn't get injured. Well, didn't get injured that much.
So we started out with losing all of our freedoms, and then we're talking about how freedom it was when we were kids.
Yeah, probably why we lost our freedoms because of us. No, I don't know. we play cat and mouse with our cars through town late at night, going down through the alleys and stuff. And you didn't just have to spot. We all had CB radios. We all had teams.
Jeez.
So there's at least 2 people on each team. Sometimes we had 5 or 6 on each team, just depending on what the weekend brought or who showed up on Friday, Saturday nights. So basically, it's like bumper cars with real cars. For somebody to be out, you actually had to hit their rear bumper and jolt them so they know that they got hit. Then they would come to the parking lot and they would sit the rest of the game out until the last person or last team was left. Yep, they're all here. None of them are short. None of them are. I mean, I do have a scar on this hand for punching, not the kid in the basketball camp, but
He punched the kid's teeth out.
Yeah, he's missing a few teeth. I felt really bad. I went to his. I mean, after I punched out his teeth, because he had me in a headlock, and it wasn't really doing nothing. I said, "You better hope I pass out, because if you let me go, I'm going to kill you." And he was dumb enough to let me go, and I came through. I dropped him and knocked out all of his front teeth, and it messed up my hand where you could see the tendon moving back and forth. But I felt bad. I mean, I really did. I shouldn't have done it, and he probably shouldn't have done whatever he was doing. But I went over to his apartment and I apologized to him. I said, I'll, help pay for your dental or whatever, but he wouldn't accept it. And he just laid there in misery, I guess, all night. Because when I walked up, he had a cold washcloth and ice on his mouth. He didn't go anywhere that night, because I guess he couldn't either afford it or pay for it or whatever.
Just to let everybody know, I didn't know Gerald back then. I wouldn't mess with Gerald.
I don't know. Just one of those things, I guess. I was young. I wasn't even. Let's see. I was out of high school. Yeah, it was during my first real job. I mean, I've been working forever, but my brother was the same way. My brother, whatever it was, he could just punch the lights out of anybody. I mean, he was big and strong. I remember one night we were at a party. My brother's like 10 years older than me, so I don't know why I was there, but anyway, him and his current wife was at this party, and somebody did something obnoxious or disrespectful to his wife. And the next thing I know, this guy comes flying out of a storm door or screen door of somebody's house, this out cold on the porch. I mean, it's like in the Western movies where you see some guy flying out of the doors.
Oh, the saloon.
That's exactly what happened when my brother punched this guy.
Wow.
But anyway.
And then
I don't think we should go any further. I think that's enough for tonight. Let's go with something else. That's enough stories. Maybe we'll continue. Maybe we'll continue with some other stories some other night.
Mad Pack says, when your mom says if you keep it up, you're going to end up in jail. Oh, Mom, I love you.
So having said all that.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Your face looks orange. What are you pulling up?
You know what it is. I already showed it to you. So having said all that, get out there and be the surprise onion rings in somebody's French fries today. So be the surprise for somebody. Do some. I'm taking it as not being ornery and mischievous like we were as kids. I don't think it means that kind of onion ring. I think it means be a nice onion ring and be a joyful surprise to somebody.
Yeah, go out there and do something nice for somebody.
Just make somebody laugh. Do something funny.
There's little old leg. Hee hoo.
Oh, welcome in.
What was that?
Wasn't me.
I know. It's like a cat actually fell instead of jumping off the table.
I hope it's a cat. I hope it wasn't a no-see-em or something.
Kerthump. Yeah, what are the animals doing upstairs when we're both in the basement?
And it's that time of year.
For pumpkin spice everything.
Huh?
This time of year for pumpkin spice everything.
Yeah. Do you know? I'll have to bring it up. I don't know if I have a slide for it, but here's this one. It's that time of year for everybody's social media, Facebook, whatever, text to say, here's pictures of my baby heading back to school. I thought that was funny. I thought that was a good picture of the old gremlin. Look at
That's cute. Well, good night, Mad Packs. We'll try to keep it down a little if you're going to continue listening for a while, and
we won't. Jane might play a goat once in a while, wake you up, but
we'll be praying for you too. Yeah, we'll try not to have the goat scream and wake you up. Just starting to doze off when you hear this thing.
Yeah, like I said, like Dorf said, he heard it. I hope that was a cat, like we said, not a no-see-em. So being a little loud tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of a big thump upstairs. Gizmo.
Let's see, where should we start tonight? We've already been going almost an hour, and we've talked about earthquakes and solar stuff and kids and pranks and
all kinds of stuff. The Gizmo lunchbox. All the way down to a Gizmo lunchbox.
Yeah, I know. I like that lunchbox. I actually liked how the gremlin was even dressed for school. That was kind of cool.
Yep, here next week. Or is it in 2 weeks? Maybe our school starts in 2 weeks.
I know everybody's getting ready. A lot of people I've been talking to online or whatever, Heidi and Jessica Jones and all them, their kids are getting all their school supplies. Well, even our daughter was talking about school supplies today.
Mm-hmm. And Dwarf says it's not a no-see-ems, it's a I heard them.
Yeah. Should be more like kids. Not heard. What was the old saying? Kids are to be seen, not to be heard. Of course, I don't know if I'd want to see them. I don't think I want to see no-see-ems, what they actually look like, let alone hear them. So I think we'll start with changing subjects to this.
How do you pronounce that? Iroskius?
No, Indians, Iroquois.
Oh, Iroquois.
Iroquois.
All right, Iroquois.
So this is a book that I think I have the PDF of this book. We haven't bought it. We have bought other books on the same subject, and we were studying basically Egypt in North America, and it led us in the Grand Canyon, led us in the Hopi tribe, and then the other aspect of this. Well, I found this, and people have talked about it, and the PDFs leading into the Iroquois Indians and all the history with giants and who was here first and mound builders. So if you get these books, if you want to write these books down, find them yourself or PDFs. I think most of them have PDFs. That there's actually there's a better picture of the book that one's a newer print, and I really like those depictions of the Indians.
Hmm.
So some of these Indians were almost giants themselves, as far as I mean, if you talk about European settlers or the Spanish coming over, some of these Indians were 9, 10 feet tall. Some of them taller, some of them a little shorter. But they had these warriors, these special giants or race that were like huge, and that's what a lot of these books are talking about. They bring them up. Here's another one, account of the history and manners and customs of the Indian nations. This book talks about the inhabited Pennsylvania and the neighboring states. So you can find these all online. A lot of them are PDFs. Some of them you can still order if you want to do Amazon or something else. But here it says the Lenni, the Lenape, according to traditions handed down by their ancestors, resided many hundred years ago in a very distant country in the western part of American continent. For reasons which I do not understand or do not find accounted for, they determined that the migrating of the eastward and accountedly set out together in a body. So this is talking about a map. I think I still have it somewhere. I don't have it ready for tonight, but I've showed it before, where they try to tell us that the mound builders were the Lenapes, and they were here first and traveled down through from South America through the coastlines up on the East Coast and ended up over there. Or they came into the West Coast or East Coast and traveled inward through there. So they came in several different ways. So these, if you look at the bottom, if I can get it the right size, and it says it's talking about the mound builders and these indigenous people. Well, actually, they weren't indigenous because these people even came here to the North America. But it says they were not called Talaguia. They were called Alagoa. Probably saying it wrong. Alajuia. That's it. There it's at. Alajuia. So it said it would seem that he is right in the traces of their names, which still remain in the country. The Allegheny River and mountains having indubitably been named after them. To continue on that, so I took a screenshot and so there's the Alajuia. So
Wow.
that's the name supposedly of the real mound builders, the Alajuia. Supposedly, according to these books and other people online, have brought this up, that if you look in the history books or you look in the right information, you start finding this stuff out. And I just think it's all cool how we go from mound builders, Native Americans, to who was here before them, Egypt's in the north, or Grand Canyon. And then evidently that this Alajuia were giants. They actually were giant, if you want to call them Native Americans, but they weren't really Native Americans, but they were here before the Native Americans that we have now. So it says expulsion of the Alajuia. The survivors of the conquered people fled southward, supposedly to have mingled with the tribes which occupied a region extending from the Gulf of Mexico northward to the Tennessee River and southern spurs of the Alleghenies. So this is in reference to the pyramid in Tennessee that got covered up by Norris Dam, Norris Lake.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
Alajuia is the ones that built that temple. And they're the ones that supposedly built the temple in Cahokia.
Wow.
And they explained that the reason why they were no longer there, and it kind of like everything else, they talk about how they disappeared, no traces, nobody knew who they were, Well, supposedly they also liked not only to sacrifice people, but they also seem to be flesh eating giants,
Mm.
is what they're saying. So anyway, it says they went to the southern spurs of the Alleghenies. Among these tribes were the Choctaws, retained in recent times customs raiding huge mounds of earth for religious purposes and other for the sites of their habitations and customs which they perhaps learned from the Alajuia. And the Cherokees are supposed to have some of the preserved in their names. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm just going to say Tsalki. I don't know if I'm saying it right, and in their language indicates their origins derived in part from the same people. Their language, which shows it's in their grammar. Then, if you want to read the book, you can continue on. I just screen captured that because I thought it was cool because it said the name and kind of what they were doing. Then here's another Indian group that says the earliest Susquehannock Indians were cannibals to some extent. Heckwilder tells us on page 55, at one time they did eat human flesh, and at one time they ate up to a whole body of a French king's soldiers. And they said the human flesh tastes like bear's meat. They say the human hand is bitter meat and not good to eat like other parts of a not good to eat like the other parts of a person. The Susquehannocks remained more and less cannibals up to 1666, when George Alsop writes that at this date he knew of them eating their enemies whom they took to war. And just like the giants of we were talking about the ones that were the mound builders, the ones that got chased out and down south, because what happened was the Indian tribes or the Native Americans that we have now, their ancestors chased these giants and killed these giants and moved them out of the area. So that's why they dwindled down and moved down south. But those and these, the Susquehannocks, not only were cannibals or ate human flesh once in a while, but they collected their hands, and it was said that they would have a belt with human hands around it as a display of their conquering people or a tribe or whatever, their warriors. So whoever they went to war against, their collection was their hands. They would chop off their hands and string them on their rope or belt around their waist. And
Ew.
then here's another one: Cherokee beliefs and practices of ancients out of the fire. So this also talks about the same kind of information of giants and Native American Indians. Excuse me. So you can look this book up. I believe this one is still in print. I don't know about a PDF. I just found this one this week. So I thought that was interesting that that they talked about all this stuff. And then it brings up to mind where we have talked about, excuse me, we haven't really done a show on it yet, but we're going to someday. I just want to gather some more information, but it goes along with the same storyline as what we were just talking. Let's see, I need to get rid of this first. Bring this one up. So the Bigfoot War of 1855. So this talks about the Lafleur County, where a Bigfoot or a clan was stealing children, women, animals, food, whatever. They were kind of going in the settlers' places, the Native American camps, and taking taking stuff or killing animals, and so they became a big nuisance, basically, or a threat to the settlers and the Native Americans. So they banded together, the Native Americans and some settlers, especially the LaFleur family, which is why the county was named LaFleur, because of them. And so in 1855, there supposedly was a battle between Bigfoot, the Native Americans, and the settlers. And it was said that the Bigfoot were huge. I mean, like we describe them, you know, upwards of 12 feet tall. But these warriors from the Native American tribe, they were like the size of what we were talking about of these other Native Americans, the Muscogee. They were anywhere from 9 to 10 feet, maybe 11 feet tall. So they were good size. So if you had a 12-foot tall Bigfoot and the Native American was, say, 10 foot, 11 foot, that's not too big of a difference in size, as far as I think a Bigfoot was probably broader and more muscular, probably. But these warriors were like almost like a special elite team, almost like what we'd call like a Navy SEAL or an Air Ranger. They were trained specifically as a warrior. They were very well adapted in the forest and surroundings, and how to use guns, spears, knives. I mean, they were like an elite team, and they were huge. They were big and muscular. So they were like if you wanted to take care of something or send in somebody to wipe out or take care of an enemy, that's who you sent in. They were like their special ops team. But supposedly, if you read the accounts online, depending on where you go, some accounts are different than others. But one of the Bigfoots, one of the leaders, that was one of the huge ones, he was upwards 15 feet tall, or he did not go easy. He did not go down very well, I guess I'll say. But he supposedly ripped the head off of a horse during the battle.
Hey,
So if you can imagine how strong you'd have to be to actually physically decapitate a horse, not with a weapon, just physically brute, take it apart. And they said at the end, the people that wrote about this or orally told about it later, that the people in the area said it was just a horrible, horrible sight to go to. I mean, not only were, I guess, Bigfoot killed, but also the settlers and Native Americans had casualties on their side. And it just looked, I mean, like flesh and bone, and it was just horrible. I guess it was basically a massacre on both sides. But they did not kill all the Bigfoot and all the Native Americans and settlers. They all did not die, but certain ones did. I don't have any specific names of who did or who didn't, but I just thought that was interesting, and it kind of ties along into the same. So if you take the Native American Indians of this story and you read about the other Native Americans that we were just talking about, how they were giants, and it kind of all makes it's kind of all starting to click for me, I guess. I don't know. I hope I made sense of it. I don't know if I did or didn't, but
made sense to me.
That's where I'm at right now. As far as piecing all this together, I'm finding little bits and pieces here and there. And
welcome in, Harold and Christy.
Yeah, hi.
I'm assuming Christy will be in next. I just say hi to both when I see them.
So it's just interesting that we have these, I'm going to say, larger than life. I mean, because I mean, I'm 6'4", and I've always been tall, you know, compared to everybody else in my class or just normal everyday people that you meet. I'm usually a lot taller and a lot bigger than them. My dad was 6'4", but a lot bigger, broader shoulder. I mean, he wasn't fat, he wasn't overweight necessarily like that, but he was muscular and just thick. I
Well,
mean,
like your brother. Your brother's stocky. He's,
yeah.
he's
And
just
Daryl's the same. He's the same size as I am. I think he's around 6'3", 6'4". The last I knew, I was just under 6'4".
that was interesting.
But these special tribes, or these ones they're talking about, they were. I mean, I'm 6'4". These guys were 9, 10 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you imagine? I mean, how big they are? I mean, that's huge. I mean, most of our modern day ceilings aren't even that tall.
Right. Even you got a duck going in some doorways.
Yeah. I used to have to duck all the time. All of us kids, my brother and cousins, my cousins were even tall. But anyway, we'd have to duck, like going to grandma's house. Those were the lowest doors I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was strange that I had to duck for those. I mean, a normal door frame, I can just kind of basically just walk through without much problem. But every once in a while, you get to an older house, like, how tall did they build these for?
Mhm.
What was the average height? You know, it makes you wonder. You know, is it 5'6", 5'7", the average height? And then somebody 6'4" is like huge compared to them.
Almost like a hobbit house. That old lady who shrunk an inch. She's now 5'4". I guess I haven't measured myself in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. When I have shoes on and you're barefoot, it's like pretty big difference between me and you.
Well, I'm supposed to be 5'3", and if you're 6'4", yeah, you're a foot taller than me. If I hug you right now, I'd be hugging some space penguins.
Well, that's kind of cute too.
Yeah. Yeah, so the indigenous warrior brothers in that story were all 7 feet tall and more. That's just it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean they're huge.
Jeez, Roger has a cousin that's 6'6" and wears size 16 shoes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So I think that's all the new Native American stuff that I found so far.
That was neat.
So those books are out there, and they're all old. They're not new books. So
That's
they
what I
have
was,
information that's been passed down for a long time in them. So
when they had all the book burning and stuff, they're probably beating themselves up now like, dang it, we didn't get rid of all of them. They're still finding these old history books and coming up with the truth. We should have done a better job with the book burning and the map burning and all the other evidence they were trying to get rid of. They were dwarfed by the Bigfoot.
yeah, the Bigfoot were huge. So let's go to. Well, here, I think I can do it from here. I got another source for creepy stuff.
Ooh, really? Oh, geez, I didn't know that. Kevin Peter Hall, that played Harry in the Harry and the Hendersons, was 7 foot tall and 2 inches.
Wow.
Wow.
It's not
That's just
cooperating.
crazy huge.
Well, look at Andre the Giant. Look how big he was. So I found a couple different ones than what we normally do.
Oh, that looks like it came out of a newspaper.
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
So this is August 4th, 1963. So that had been right before I was born, because I was born in November of 63. So it says August 4th, 1963, 11:30 p.m. Ronnie Austin and Phyllis Bruce are driving east on State Highway 15 past the Mount Vernon, Illinois airport when they noticed a bright white round object about 20 degrees above the southwest horizon. So they were in Mount Vernon, Illinois, and we're in central Illinois ourselves. It seems to be keeping pace with them for several miles. Suddenly it moves about 600 feet in front of them and to the left. When Austin drops Phyllis off at home in Wayne City, it is hanging in the southeast. So it followed them for quite a while and kept up with them in their car. They continued watching it for about 15 minutes, and Austin leaves for home. As he turns east on a gravel road, it shoots ahead of him, taking on an orange hue. So it must have went from just a bright object to an orange hue. So I don't know if it was a white or whatever it was. And then all of a sudden now it's orange. At one point, it comes within 100 feet of his car, swerves upward, and passes above him as the car radio makes a whining noise and the engine almost fails. That would be scary. Weird noises coming out of your radio, then your car is starting to sputter and almost die. The object then moves behind him from the west to the east. When he arrives home, it is hovering about 900 feet to the southeast. Ronnie is so shaken, he is given a sedative. His parents and Mr. and Mrs. Orville Austin and brother and sister also see the light, which finally becomes indistinguishable with a star by 1:10 a.m. So we had talked about that, me and you, when we talk about this stuff, like, okay, is this a star?
Right.
That's fixed out there and we don't know what it is. We just think it's a star or normal thing out in the sky, but really it's just sitting there watching us. How do we know these objects that all of a sudden we're in front of us, in front of a star, or are the star that just comes in and gets closer?
Yeah, they can just plant up there and just look like a star. How do you know?
Yeah. So that was August 4th, 1963. The light that chased the car.
Wow. Wow.
So that was a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I got another one before we. Well, actually, I think I got a couple other ones before we get to Creepy Acres.
Ooh.
There you go, waking people up again. You're supposed to be quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll take it back.
Very nice.
Shh. I'll just do this. I'll put people to sleep.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun.
Well, I am trying. For some reason, I'm just not cooperating, even with myself. I usually don't have this much trouble.
What's wrong with you tonight?
I don't know. It's
You took a
weird.
nap this afternoon.
I know. It's like I know what I want to do, but my hands or the mouse isn't doing what I want it to do. All right.
Ooh. I haven't seen a shirt like that since the 70s.
Yeah. So you're correct. This is April 21st, 1977. You can tell by the
Big belt. Yeah.
big belt, blue jean shirt, hairstyle,
Puffy hair. Yeah.
the color of the car, the Suburban or whatever it is behind them. So this is John Baxter, age 15, is seen here holding his drawing after witnessing the Dover Demon.
Ooh.
He saw the creature around 12:30 a.m. on April 21st, 1977, only about 2 hours after his first sighting only about 2 hours after the first sighting by Bill Bartlett. John actually chased the Dover demon when he saw it. He was walking home from his girlfriend's house and came across the figure on the corner of Miller Hill Road and Farm Road in Dover, Massachusetts. Thinking the humanoid figure was his friend, he called out to it, but got no response. John then noticed something odd, and what he was looking at, the limbs were not in proportion to its body. The creature ran, and John followed after it, but it soon stopped and stared back at him in the darkness of the night. John could only stop and note the glowing orange eyes before turning and running back the way he came. So there you go, April 21st, 1977, the Dover Demon. Well, I like cryptid what is it? Creepy Acres. Their drawings and stuff, but it's kind of neat when you actually have a real photo or something to go by with the story.
Welcome in, Corey. He's loving the 75 Suburban.
Yeah, there you go.
And the pale colors back then.
I had the Suburban I had when I was working at Mitsubishi, the automobile plant. Bought it brand new. It was a dark blue with a metallic flake in it. Loved that thing. That thing was awesome. Of course, just like us, we weren't married, but my girlfriend had a couple kids, and I had a couple kids, and I was divorced at the time. So when I had the kids on the weekend, we had to have something that would transport all 6 of us, obviously, from time to time. So we got a Suburban.
And the shirt matches the color of the truck.
That's when you know you're styling, man.
Yeah.
I would like to see the bell bottoms down below or see what his boots looked like.
But definitely the belts were so big and thick back then.
Yeah, I had a big belt, big, thick. Mm-hmm. It was one of the ones that had like 3 holes. Not just a single hole. It actually had a row of 3 that you had to put the clasp in all 3. If you remember those belts.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a big buckle and 3. Kind of a nightmare, actually.
And you probably still have that belt in a box somewhere down here in the basement.
I don't have it. I'm sure it's probably still over at my mom's or now my niece's somewhere. My niece bought the house with a lot of the stuff still in it, so she's probably inherited my belt buckles and all that stuff.
Jeez. Robin had a white Chevy Suburban for 20 years, traveled the U.S., 45 states with a travel trailer, lots of KOAs. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of traveling.
Yeah, I love that Suburban. It was a beast, man. It had 4-wheel drive, and it was just 3-row seating. It was amazing. Had plenty of room in the back, and plus you had the room for the kids and great stereo in it, V8 engine. It was a monster. Should have kept it. But anyway.
You see what Corey said?
No, what?
Last comment.
Oh. Blue with orange stripes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a badass rig.
So here's an unusual picture. And maybe you guys have seen this and maybe you haven't. It was the first time I saw it. I just when I was going through sites trying to find old maps and books and stuff, I found this. And I don't remember the year, but I know it's super, super early. So this is photography of the early days when cameras and all that was photography was first coming out. So the streets look empty except for this one guy right here. That's a guy.
Early 1800s.
His shoe shined. So in early photography, you had to expose the film for a X amount of time. So supposedly this was a city street and there was people and stuff moving up and down. I mean, it was just packed. But the only reason this guy stood out because he was still the whole time the picture is being exposed. So he's the only human in this picture. So technically, this is the first photo of a human being.
Oh. Look how small the trees are.
Yep. So this is technically the first photo of a human being photographed. And the only reason he stood out is because everybody else was moving and wasn't captured by the camera, but he was because he was standing still. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, this reminds you of all the World's Fairs and old building pictures that we take, or not that we take, but we find that have been taken, and there's nobody on the sidewalks, nobody moving around like as a ghost town. Well, this kind of seems the same way, except for that one guy.
Right. Yeah, but was he shining? You got to figure out how long the shutter had to stay open, because
he's kind of blurry. I mean, he looks like he is moving a little bit, because you can tell he's not like his coat right here is kind of blurred, and
eventually he had to have his other shoe up there.
And I'm assuming this other figure right here, whatever it is the person actually shining his shoe right there.
Yeah. Huh.
I think that's so there's actually two people, I guess, in this picture, but
shadow.
Only his figure came out.
Shadow people.
I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah. And
then I don't know. I got other stuff, but I don't know. I can show this. Now, this is for entertainment purposes only, and we're just doing it so we can have feedback and talk about this video. So I'm not stealing anybody's video or pretending that it's mine. So I got this off of another site, and it still has their name and stuff on the video. So take it for whatever it's worth, but I think it's really interesting to watch. So let me know if you can hear it and see it.
Why is this piece of gravel levitating? I know how crazy that sounds, and I know you're probably going to say that it looks staged, but when my husband was walking our dog this morning, the dog, noticed this gravel moving around, so he was curious. So my husband went over there, and it just kept wandering around. At first, we thought it might be caught on a piece of a spider web or something, but it wasn't. There was nothing above it, nothing below it, so he recorded it for me so that I could see. Now, when we went back over there, it wasn't doing that.
Isn't that crazy?
There was no piece of gravel levitating anymore. So I'm not really sure how this happened, and I know it sounds crazy, but he recorded it for me because I don't know. What do you think it is? It's almost like there was some kind of electromagnetic static or something going on? I don't know. But I'm open to whatever guesses you have.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
That's wild. Yeah. And then when they went back, it wasn't doing it anymore. And welcome in, Joanne. And Corey.
Yeah, hi, Joanne.
And Corey.
So that's just crazy.
I know.
Can you why just that rock? Because there was other ones looked at just like it laying on the ground right there. So why just that one particular rock?
Makes you wonder.
And just that area.
Same time of day, maybe. I don't know.
I
know.
I've watched videos
spinning around, going up and down. They did check. Well, cobweb is not going to be able to pick up a pebble anyway.
No, it wouldn't be able to hold a rock.
Right. Not that
Robin
big.
says
That
it
was
was
a pretty
turning
good sized pebble.
clockwise.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, that was just a weird. I don't know. I'm assuming it's not fake. I don't know. Have no way of proving if it was or wasn't. I'm assuming it's real.
It looked real because you could even see a shadow.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched videos of people on purposely levitating rocks or objects because they're using frequency or sound vibrations to physically make something move, or in a controlled, in a controlled out element or laboratory or room. But this is out in the open, out supposedly outside.
I know, that's a mystery. You don't know.
So I don't know. That's just bizarre. I just thought that was very interesting. I don't know how I'd react. I mean, I guess I'd be inquisitive, definitely, to see, well, okay, what's going on with that?
I'm glad they got a video of it.
Yeah. Now it makes me wonder how big could a rock be for a natural, or whether it's frequency or.
It hasn't been frequency. There hasn't been a certain frequency right there to make. Why just one?
Yeah.
If the frequency was going to make things levitate, why just one pebble floating around? It could have levitated more of them.
But if you look at scientific videos or stuff like this, doesn't have to be scientific necessarily, but where they kind of try to explain stuff, each object, whether it's a pencil, eraser, or a rock, or piece of wood, they all have their own frequency. And then inside each group, so say you have a handful of rocks, each different type of rock's going to have a frequency range. So whether it's quartz or river rock or whatever, they're all going to be different. But then each side of each of those groups, so say you have a quartz rock, not all quartz rocks are going to vibrate at the same frequency.
Right.
They're all going to be individual. So maybe whatever was going on specifically was the right matching frequency for that size rock and what type of rock it was. That's all I can figure out. I don't know. Oh, maybe. Oh, look at that. Joanne says maybe it was a ghost having fun.
Play the video again. That was cool.
Maybe it was a little kid ghost, or
and make it,
just playing with a rock,
spinning it around.
Well, you want to play it again?
Yeah.
It has a little bit of music, so I wish I could have got rid of the music. But like I said, this is just for a discussion, not for any other purpose. So I don't know. Let's take a chance and play it again.
Why is this piece of gravel levitating? I know how crazy that sounds, and I know you're probably going to say that it looks staged, but when my husband was walking our dog this morning, the dog, noticed this gravel moving around, so he was curious. So my husband went over there, and it just kept wandering around. At first, we thought it might be caught on a piece of a spider web or something, but it wasn't. There was nothing above it, nothing below it, so he recorded it for me so that I could see. Now, when we went back over there, it wasn't doing that. There was no piece of gravel levitating anymore. So I'm not really sure how this happened, and I know it sounds crazy, but he recorded it for me because, I don't know. What do you think it is? It's almost like there was some kind of electromagnetic static or something going on? I don't know. But I'm open to whatever guesses you have.
Check, they're kind of bouncing up and down like that.
I looked at watching it again. It looks like it was almost caught in like an airstream.
Oh, that's wow.
So it's almost like it was like buoyancy, like it was bobbing up and down, and like say you had something in a cup of water or in a river or something. It was like going up and down, like buoyancy. Oh,
That's,
Cosmic Joe says magnetic fields, possibly.
that's just bizarre.
So I don't know. Like I said, I can't prove it either way that it's real or fake. Looks real to me.
That was cool.
I like to think things like that happen. I'd love to experience something like that. So I don't know. That was weird how it was going up and down, but it was spinning. And then once in a while, it looked like it was going the opposite. It was spinning one way physically, just a rock. And then all of a sudden, when it moved, it seemed like it was sometimes went against the way it was spinning.
And then towards the end, it was actually bobbing up and down. We had a strange power outage in May that made my ears pop. It felt like an EMP blast. So I went outside and took a photo.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's MidwestNightWatchers@gmail.com.
Well, I know a lot of people are hearing pitches and frequencies in their ears. I've been hearing it for years. I don't know when I was first starting to complain that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now it's in both ears, but it's mainly the left ear. A lot of people are hearing frequency sounds. I just makes you wonder if the animals are too.
Maybe. My ears have been acting up. That's why every once in a while you see me doing this, because it almost feels like it's not a popping sound. It's not a buzzing or a frequency sound. It's just, it feels like I got swimmer's ear once in a while. It's really strange. I mean, my ear starts itching like it's dry, but then at the same time, it feels like it's like I have water on the inside. So I don't know what it is. Never had that before, ever. I don't think I've ever even had swimmer's ear ever. All right.
Wow.
So let's move on.
And wait till you get I'll clear out this. So I'm get an email. Oh no. Oh, just a lot of weird things are going on.
Yeah, it is. Let's move on to this guy.
Our ear implants need new batteries. That's why they're buzzing.
Yeah.
Ew. Parasite?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it could be, but it's not. Not supposed to be.
A snake that swallowed a bunch of tires?
It's a Goodyear snake.
Goodyear snake. It does look like, or donuts. Maybe you raided the Dunkin' Donut shop.
So this is Champ from Lake Champlain.
Oh, I didn't know he was that pumpy.
Well, this is just this just goes along with the story. It's whoever the artist is, you know, they get to show what they picture the animal as. So long before Bigfoot was widely known to roam the forests of North America, Champ was thought to inhabit the depths of Lake Champlain, the coastal town of Gloucester, Massachusetts. Became home to one of the Americans' earliest cryptid legends. In the summer of 1639, just a few years after the Massachusetts Bay Colony was founded, English settler John Jocelyn recorded what may be the first written account of a sea serpent in New England waters. Where'd you go? But it wasn't until the early 19th century, particularly around 1817, that sightings of Gloucester sea serpent exploded. Reports by dozens of fishermen, sea captains, and even respected town officials. Witnesses of the beast described the massive eel-like creature stretching 60 to 100 feet long with horse-shaped heads, dark scales, and humps that rolled like a wave when it moved through the water. It was said to glide just beneath the surface of the harbor, occasionally lifting its head to scan the coast and what some referred to as serpentine intelligence. Never heard that word before. That's a good one. Serpentine intelligence. But here's the thing that makes the case extremely interesting. This thing wasn't alone. Reports in 1817 also claimed the presence of a smaller version swimming alongside the larger beast, giving rise to speculation about the breeding pair or a family of sea monsters. Wow, family of them. You only hear like Loch Ness, or I've only heard of Champ. I've never heard of babies, or
Right.
so that's kind of cool. The Linnean Society of New England, an early group of individuals who promoted natural history in the Boston area, even got involved and launched an actual investigation. They collected eyewitness testimony, drew sketches, and temporarily classified the creature as a new species, Scolopius atlanticus.
A new species.
Yeah, new species of animal, because they'd never seen it or heard of it before. All right. Corey emailed us a photo, so as soon as I'm done with the story, I'll check.
Welcome in, Pilgrim Society. And Corey says, yes, he emailed the photo.
Yeah, I just said that. I'll check after I'm done with the story. So it says Scolopius atlanticus. The case was never closed, and the sea serpent quietly vanished into maritime myth. To this day, some locals believe something ancient still stirs beneath the waves off Cape Ann. Was it a giant oarfish, a basking shark, or something else? Something the ocean has managed to keep hidden. So there you go. That is Champ from, well, pick a date, 1639 when it was first spotted, or when it went crazy in 1817.
Wow. Makes you wonder how many sea monsters there actually is.
Yeah, maybe there's a Sigmund.
Sigmund.
We need a Siggy the sea monster. Why didn't somebody name it Siggy? They go right along with the cartoon. Wouldn't that have been cool?
They did for the cartoon.
So right along with that, I have another one to go with that, and then I'll do Corey's story.
Chesapeake Bay has a sea monster named Chessie.
Yep. I need to find that list. I don't know where the list is. So as you can see by this picture, what does it look like? What does it look like to you?
A sea monster with legs.
Yeah, so this is an image of Lake Champlain's monster Champ.
And that's bumpy bumps all about it. That's weird.
This was recorded by a fishing boat captain named Scott Thurber a year ago, which I don't know. It says year ago, so I don't know when this was taken, to be honest. So I'm assuming it's pretty recent. He was supposed to follow up, but however, has not furnished any more information. So whoever was there using their fish radar or the fish scopes they have on boats captured this image.
Wow.
And it said, if you read this, it says it's at least, I don't know if there's another number in front of it, but it says 85.4 feet deep.
Wow.
74.73 Fahrenheit. And it was at 3:35:08 p.m. So whatever that was, they're wondering if it was actually Champ.
Right.
They gave off that, because it does kind of look like what we see the Loch Ness monster look like. It kind of looked like the picture that I just showed you of the report of Champ. So I just thought it was cool that I found these two things shortly close together, and almost looks like it has a dinosaur head.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
cool.
some of the sea serpent monsters did kind of look like dinosaur heads.
So I'm assuming this.
Sea Seaosaur.
I'm assuming this picture is real and not fake. So it looks like you can see an outline around his head, like a dinosaur or a
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether these are actual ribs like that picture showed, definitely if red's supposed to be hot and everything blue and green are getting cooler, so that would be its midsection. So that makes sense to me. I don't know.
Right.
Then a big long tail. Tail looks a little off though. It looks like it's really thick, which I guess it could be right up against the body. It could be thick going down to slender. I don't know. Interesting.
Dum dum dum.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes, and Amanda said it first. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. Could be.
Dino.
What is it? A
Seaosaur.
plethosaur or what do they call them?
Waterosaur.
Waterosaur?
Swimosaur.
Waterosaurus? All right. Let's see what Corey's got for us. Dun, 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 dun.
I like how skunks hop when something's approaching them.
Oh yeah, we can show the outside camera since we got so much action going on out there, can't we?
Right now, there's only one.
Oh, all right, we'll wait.
Earlier, I was going to interrupt you because there was a coon out there. It was a huge coon. He was not a normal coon. I mean, he was big. He was huge. But he's gone. Right now, we just got one stinky. But he must have heard something because he turned around and hopped.
One stinky.
One little stinky. Free kitties.
All
Free
right.
kitties for anybody.
I'll bring up Corey's picture.
Ooh.
So tell us about this picture, Corey. Tell us again what's going on. So he said earlier, I'll read what he said earlier. Or
Okay.
actually, I'll just bring it up on screen.
I was trying to find it and I couldn't find it. Okay.
Said we had a strange power outage in May that made my ears pop that felt like an EMP blast. So I went outside and took a photo. So that's the photo of the area outside where he was when he felt that ear pop. It's a strange looking cloud.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was just looking at this. The whole sky just looks different. And where are the two red lights?
I don't know.
UFO?
Where's Corey at? Where'd he go?
Corey, where are you?
There he is. Oh, in a car.
He said that's a car. Okay. No, I was hoping it was a creature's eye shine or something. God, it's just a car.
But what would cause his ears to pop? I wonder.
Right, the power outage. Kind of like you're used to a certain frequency and the frequency stops. Wouldn't that kind of make a sudden adjustment to your normal frequency that you're hearing from the electricity?
Yeah, because we've had the transformer outside of us blow up or pop or go out. And it is a loud sound, and you hear it like the electricity sound coming from it. And it reminds me of the movie Small Soldiers. Where that
Mm.
toy company built all those little ravenous
Oh, that was a good movie.
toys. And the kid climbed up the pole and shoved a wrench between the two things, and it blew him off of the telephone pole and caused that EMP. But it reminds me of the same kind of thing because it hurt all their ears, and you could feel that energy come through the like a sound wave.
According to PSO website, that was the epicenter of the outage.
Oh. You know, it makes me wonder too, can a storm have enough energy or frequency to cause outages without actually lightning striking or making anything? So could the environment of the storm cause a natural EMP or some kind of effect like that to disrupt electricity or cars? And
He said Fort Sill is where the blast came from.
oh, maybe they were experimenting with something.
Oh. Maybe something in a blast did something to your ear. Huh. That's a pretty picture, though.
It is. That's a neat picture.
Yeah, I love that picture. That's so cool.
So yeah, I mean,
hey, Derek, welcome in.
hi, Derek. So yeah, it just makes me wonder: can a storm generate enough electricity or some kind of frequency or something that would send out a pulse, almost like an EMP?
That would feel a pop in your ear.
Yeah, feel a pop. Your electricity would go out, or I don't know.
Hey, now we got two.
The other thing is, not to deal with this, but kind of the same concept that, okay, a storm creates an environment and then your power goes out, but we describe it as, okay, the power went out because of a lightning strike or, you know, something like that, something that physically happened, but it doesn't always have to be. Well, today I saw a video or heard that a doctor explained that when an elder person falls and breaks their hip, that's what we hear about, or that's what's reported. But this doctor was saying because of the person being older and deficient in minerals and vitamins, that their hip breaks, causing them to fall. And then the family members or doctors report, okay, they broke their hip because they fell. He's saying their hip gives out or their joints give out because they're weak, causing them to fall. So that's kind of the same concept. Okay, does the storm cause this to happen, and then we report it because there's lightning in the area, or we assume something like that happened, not that the storm created an EMP or frequency to knock everything out. I just assume that lightning strikes somewhere or takes out the power or causes the tree to fall and knock down the lines or what, whatever. Maybe it's something more unusual than that.
Yeah, Corey thinks they were testing something.
Yeah, maybe it was a sonic boom from hitting Mach 1, taking off, or lighting an engine up, or who knows. Maybe they opened up a vortex.
No, Joe fell and broke his hip in 2020.
Now, I'm not saying you can't fall and break your hip, but this doctor was saying he thinks that people break their hips first, causing them to lose balance and fall.
Robin said, yes, the bone breaks before the fall. Thigh bone breaks.
I don't know. That's the first time I've ever heard that. I did not know that. I always assumed, just like everybody else talks about, that, oh, grandma fell and broke her hip today. But now I wonder how many people have been reported with falling and breaking a hip compared to breaking a hip and then falling. Oh, plasma energy. Yeah. Oh, 60-mile radius. Wow. That's scary to think about it. How long did it take to get your power back, Corey? Did they have it back up soon, or did they have to do some repair work? Or
60-mile radius.
yeah, that's a long
That's
way.
crazy. Wow.
That would hit every major town that we would go to go shopping that would have a Walmart or big shopping mall from us. Wow, 60 miles. That's a long ways.
It was out for an hour.
An hour. So it must have done something before they were able to get it back on. Maybe they diverted all the power to that energy source that they needed. They shut everybody down so they could have enough power to generate whatever they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Or just suck that much power off the grid that you guys were out of luck.
Yeah.
So, or they're over there at the lab or wherever they're testing something, like, oh, I don't think we're supposed to do that.
They needed everybody's energy for an hour.
That's right. Give us your energy.
Is that what you call energy vampires?
Oh. Plasma is natural and man-made. It is the wildfires. Oh yeah. Media and government and law enforcement keep it a secret because it can't be stopped, like movie Knowing. Wow. That's cool. Well, I guess it's cool. I mean, it's neat to know, but I don't think I like that them being able to do something.
Something else that I thought of was weird. One outage, everyone's house was still working. One outlet, and everyone's house was still working. Now, what?
How would you get power to one outlet, but not the rest of the house?
How can one outlet work?
One outlet. That's strange. I can't even imagine how that would work.
That needs to be on a Twilight Zone.
That'd be a good story.
Wow.
Google said it takes several hours to 2 weeks, depending.
That's why I walked outside and took the photo. Wow.
That makes no sense to me. How could one outlet work?
Check out the dimming. Never heard of dimming on YouTube for weather monkey business.
Oh, the dimming. That sounds kind of scary. Like The Shining, the dimming.
Yeah, the dimming.
Huh.
And next week, The Shining.
Next week, stay tuned for
It's dimming again.
The Loch Ness Monster.
We got 3. We have a skunk that keeps going inside the rock waterfall because you know it's in 3 pieces. The one is very top, and then the middle part. They can get up in there, and sometimes all you see is eyeballs shining from underneath the. Oh, that's creepy! Shining. He's coming out. Now we got 3 skunks. They can't be sleeping up in there.
Yes, I can.
All right, now what? Woman battles it
in the Ohio River. Talking about sea monsters or
oh my. It. She called it it.
They called it
long hair and glasses?
They called it it. What's that?
Did it have long hair and glasses like Cousin It?
Oh.
She
so this is supposedly this is Miss Darwin Johnson. So this is her account. It says, all I know, I will never go swimming in the river again, Miss Darwin Johnson. The creature known as a green-clawed beast is said to reside in the Ohio River. The incident took place August 14th, 1955. In Evansville, Indiana, Mrs. Johnson had been swimming in the water when the terrifying event occurred. She claimed to have been grasped around the knee by a hairy, clawed hand. On the shore, her friend watched in terror as Mrs. Johnson thrashed around in the water, screaming, struggled desperately to escape the creature's grasp. She lunged for an inner tube to get away from the creature and eventually did make it back to shore. Mrs. Johnson had multiple injuries to her leg, which began to sting and swell. Some sources state that she had a strange green stain on her skin in the shape of a palm that was unable to be removed for several days after the incident. Later on, she said that she was thankful she had been in the water and not her 13-year-old son. The creature that had attacked her had been so powerful and terrifying, she said that she was worried her son wouldn't have had been able to get away. She told her story publicly only to try to keep the others from experiencing the same thing. So this says Mrs. Johnson, 35 of 1304 Fountain Avenue. Oh, cool. Look at that. Fountain Avenue. I never even noticed. I guess I never read this up close. I just assumed it was this cool picture. Says she'll never go swimming in the Ohio River again. She's got her reasons. It is a result of some anxious minutes late yesterday afternoon in Ohio River near Dogtown. According to Miss Johnson, she and Mrs. Chris Lamble of near Dogtown were swimming about 15 or 16 feet from the shore in waves created by a towboat and barges. In the river, Miss Johnson said he used to kid me and pull on my feet, but whatever this was, it was a strong grip and it was very furry. Wants to warn people. No one saw the creature, Miss Johnson said. She only felt it. I'm only glad that my 13-year-old son wasn't swimming in the waters then. Miss Johnson explained, I'm afraid he couldn't have gotten away. So that's what the newspaper article says. And this is Miss Johnson right there.
She really looks scared, doesn't she? Sorry.
Well, not in that picture because
I know.
Who knows when it was. This might have been taken weeks after the.
Here's the best picture of me.
Yeah. Miss Darwin Johnson puts away swimsuit. So that was 1955, August 14th.
Wow.
Evansville, Indiana. The green-clawed beast is what it's called. I've never heard that one before.
And it was hairy.
But there's a lot of stories of, we always talk about sea monsters and maps that show weird stuff, on them, but we don't talk about necessarily river monsters. And we've heard reports of people talking about river monsters, but I've never actually read a story about a river monster.
Right. Very interesting.
I thought that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Something different, something unusual that we don't normally talk about. We can talk about this one. This one's kind of weird, but it doesn't necessarily talk about monsters. Now, people may have experienced at one point in time where your mother tells you to go to the neighbors and borrow a cup of sugar, or
Huh, that's the old days.
see if they have some laundry soap or something, you know, or see if they have some milk. So this story is right up that line. Aunt Alice recalls neighbors once borrowed fire, not sugar.
Borrowed fire.
Borrowed fire. So this is Miss Alice Carden. So this is an Appalachian story, an old gal from Appalachia, and she remembers being young in the Appalachian Mountains, living in the hills, and the most important thing you could have would be to cook with as fire or to heat with as fire. So if you happen to let your fire go out and you're poor and don't have any ways, you don't have a lighter, you don't have stuff like that in the hills or that. So if your fire went out, there would be an instance where you would walk to your neighbor, whether it's miles away, and you'd have to keep those coals or that fire going till you got it back home to restart your fire. So that's what the story is all about. I thought that was interesting. So there's a picture of her. Somebody's Appalachian grandma.
Probably a granny witch.
Maybe. So I'll try. It's kind of blurry, this picture, so I'll try to read it as best I can for you. In a little white, cheerful looking bungalow in Braemar, just below the cave where most of Hampton has played at one time or another, lives a gentle voiced, sweet smiling lady whose sunny disposition and such that it could be probably does cause a pang of envy in many people. You don't hear pang very much. That's an old word. Cause a pang of envy in many people much younger than she. She is Miss Alice Carden, born in Hampton, August 30th, 1869. Her parents were Jim and Mary Campbell Jackson. Her father was a shoemaker by trade, and Miss Carden can remember when her mother used to hold a pine torch or lit for him at night in order to furnish some neighbors' badly needed shoes. So the husband, her dad, would repair neighbors' shoes, and the mother would hold basically a pine torch. If you guys ever experienced a pine torch, it's can be rags of gas or something on it, or it can be pine tar on a cloth wrapped around a stick or a log, and that's what they would like, almost like what you'd see in the monster movies where the villagers chase the monsters and they have the sticks on fire. That's a pine torch. So he would in order him to finish some neighbors' badly needed shoes. So he was fixing people who couldn't necessarily afford new shoes. So he would repair the worn out or whatever needed to be done on their shoes. Miss Candom, or Aunt Alice, as she is affectionately called by her friends and neighbors, of whom there are many, was raised in Hampton in a family of 5 brothers and 4 sisters. There you go. That's a big family. 5 brothers and 4 sisters. At present, only 3 of these sisters are living. All others have long since passed away. Aunt Alice went to school in Hampton in a little log building that was called Locust Grove School, located only 1.5 miles south of present elementary school, which is so called because of a large grove of locust trees that surrounded the building. They had for a heating system a huge stone fireplace that they kept glowing with logs that the parents, older students, or even teachers cut nearby. So that's all I have of that story, and I'm assuming it's the end. But the moral of the story is that you would have to go to your neighbors or friends or whatever and borrow fire if you didn't tend your fire. That's a lot. That's why a lot of times people will get up and tend the fire in the middle of the night to ensure that it doesn't go out, because if you live in the hills and you don't have any other way of starting that fire back up, if you don't catch it in time and the coals go cold, you're in a lot of hurt. You need to venture outside. If it says middle of winter, you got to bundle up the best you can and get somewhere to get some coals and keep them going, or even a fire somehow and keep it lit all the way to your house, however far away you live. So I thought that was really cool about
Yeah.
What did it say? She was born in 69. I was told some stories by my family, but nothing like that. Nothing unusual as far as I was concerned growing up, like going to go borrow fire.
Now bring it right back and check your email again.
Oh, there's another photo?
Yeah.
I was busy reading the story.
Oh. Corey says, did any of you see the photo taken of something in the night sky above Tennessee? About a week ago, I sent you guys the photo.
Oh. Well.
And I'm watching the skies right now, but it's kind of cloudy.
Let's see what it is. So I hope you guys like that story of.
Yeah, that was neat. Appalachia stories.
Yeah, I like Appalachian Mountain stories and old times and anything that we don't necessarily.
Oh, wow, Corey. Now I'm curious on what it looks like.
What?
I think it's some type of sky creature embryo, a dragon possibly.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that. And I
Right.
watch a wide variety of YouTubes. For now, anyway.
All right, let's see if we can bring her up. Yep, she shows up. That is weird.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Looks like a seahorse to me, or a dragon.
Oh. Then an X and a circle on the side right there.
Yeah.
Looks like it has lights on the inside. And that was in the sky.
So that looks like a circle with an X, or a two rounds, almost like a two round half circles that make an X almost.
Definitely has lights on the inside to make it glow.
So it looks like it has two lights or two heat signatures, where maybe nostrils of a dragon or something would be. It looks like it has a horn.
Was it just up there in the sky, or was it moving? I mean, was it spinning in circles and moving around, or? That's bizarre.
You know, the funny thing about dragons, or even dinosaurs that could breathe fire, or where that glow in the back, what we assume is a head.
You see, it was just hanging up there in the sky.
Where that glow is, a lot of times in the back of their head, they were. That's where the fire generated. Then it comes out through their mouth or their nostrils.
Oh, wow. Almost had like a fin on it too, or flippers, or wow, that's a good
But
shot. I didn't hear about this. Wow.
You know how chickens eat gravel or rocks
Right.
to grind up their food in their gullet?
Mm-hmm.
Dragons or dinosaurs, certain dinosaurs had the same thing, where
They did flint or whatever, and
they did flint. If they
Right.
ate flint and all that rubbed together, it would spark the gases, and then the gases would come out.
That's a bizarre
Ooh,
picture.
Robin said dragon heart.
Dragon heart.
Yeah, everybody's liking that. Look at that.
Wow.
See how big I can get it. I don't know if you guys can see that pretty well. I hope you can.
It looks like it's a solid image. Wow, it looks like it's made out of stone or something.
But it's I mean, where the light is or what glow, it looks like it's transparent almost. Or is that a reflection on the outside? Or is that I don't know. I'm having a hard time processing. Other than it looks like it's got horns and
horns or a fin or something, but that
I don't.
circle and the X is what's throwing me off.
Well, it's not really an X. It's like
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
two half circles that touch in the middle, and it creates like an X.
Wow.
I don't know. That's how I'm seeing it.
Definite eyeball. You can see that it almost looks like a lion or a tiger.
lion.
You know, with you can see that like two soft, round little ears. Oh, wow. Now it looks totally different when you flip it like that. Oh, crazy.
I just thought we'd look at a different perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
So it looks like it has a tail and a body, and its head's looking up or stretched out. So yeah, when you look at it different ways, that looks like a shark to me. Like swimming, turning a circle in the water, coming back at you.
Mm-hmm.
But that one looks like it's got its body, then its head's looking up.
That's strange.
I don't know. That's interesting. Thanks,
Wow.
Corey.
Looks like the fire coming out of his two nostrils right there.
That's what I said. If
Yeah.
that's heat, it looks like two nostrils. Then, like I was saying back here, like, okay, is that gas that's getting ready to ignite and come out through its mouth or nostrils? It's almost like I don't know, almost like a dragon, or I don't know. What's everybody in chat saying? Can you invert the color? I can't. I don't think in this program. Let me see. Let's see what we can do.
And instead of bat, mirror person. Each day is just an amazing new adventure.
Let's see what we can do with it. I don't know if I can do anything weird like that. Let's see. I know my other programs, filters. Got filters. That's not really helping us though.
Oh. Yeah, but you can actually see what's really glowing there.
That does look like it's translucent, or it's really.
Wow.
I don't know. Interesting. I think that's all I'm able to do in this one. Here we go. What we got here?
Wow, the bizarre things is showing up. I don't see that any change.
That's making it light.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Oh, that was a different.
Let's see.
Robin said also insectoid looking if upside down front legs.
Oh. Yeah, none of these are really doing anything, so that's not what we want. Interesting. Yeah, I wish I could change it to where light is dark and dark is light on this picture. That would be
Right.
interesting. Huh, maybe I'll have to do that for next Wednesday. If I
Trying to see which, I guess it would be. You can look at it at a different angle. At the
you want me to flip it around?
no, I'm saying the head. I'm trying to see. Okay, that is facing that way.
To me, that looks like a shark now. It's a whole different picture of it.
I wonder if Mr. E could identify it. It's a Tim Mothman. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim, what is this thing? It was caught in the skies of what, Tennessee, was it?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
That's crazy. And Bomber. Hey, welcome in, Bomber.
Legs.
Woohoo.
What? Oh, Bomber. Hi, Bomber.
Bomber and Tim Mothman.
Yeah, we're getting some people we used to get show up once in a while.
What do you guys think of this photo? It's something that somebody caught up in the sky. It looks like a sky shrimp. Yeah, it does kind of look shrimpy.
Yeah, well, Robin said about front legs. I don't know
like
where
the
the front
fin.
was. This the front legs? That's the
No.
front legs.
When you make like a J symbol, go around, spin it around.
Spin it around.
One more time. Like, well,
Help me out, Robin. I don't know where the front legs would be. Are these the legs? Tentacles with lights on them? That looks like a head. That looks like a horn, and here's the head. Here's where the eyes would be. Then here's like nostrils and a mouth, and I don't know unless I'm seeing it wrong.
it looks like it'd be delicious on barbecue.
Sushi?
Sky sushi.
Alien sky sushi. I don't think I'd eat it if it said alien sky sushi. I've never had sushi anyway, so I don't even know what sushi would be.
I wonder how many people actually saw this. That's
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't think I've even seen this on the internet anywhere as far as in the places I go to, I don't see it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing this, Corey. I watch a wide variety of YouTube channels, and nobody's come up with this. This is bizarre. Even Mr. MRB B33 or whatever his name is.
Amanda says coming soon. Sky sushi.
Sky sushi. It's coming to get us.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, Bomber and Tim Mothman and whoever else has popped in.
Derek's in here. Amanda's still here. Dwarfy's still here. Robin's here.
Amanda, Crazy Life. Now from the stories earlier we were talking about, now I know why the name of your channel is Amanda Crazy Life. That sounds like it, just like ours, just like mine was. Of course, at the time, you don't really think it's crazy, though, do you?
That right there looks like the two glowy things could be eyeballs.
Well, remember the fish, the angler or whatever it's called, where like in Finding Nemo, that's actually an angler fish where it has its head and then it has the little
like
thing with the light of it. That kind of reminds me of that.
Well, it's got a light at the very tip of its tail, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is bizarre. Can you imagine going outside and seeing that thing floating up above you in the sky?
With this angle, that looks like nostrils to me.
Yeah.
Like the fire or whatever, the light's building up here and it's going to go through its nasal or sinuses and then come out its nose, or I don't know. Interesting. Thanks, man. Corey gives us the best pictures. Gave us the
Holy cow. We got all 5 of them out here again.
Really?
All 5 of them again. This is the most I've seen all summer.
Well, let's
And
bring
why
those.
are they pigging out like this? This is something I've noticed. You guys keep an eye on your animals and outside animals. Birds, skunks, our goats, chickens, even our cats. Everything is eating and eating and eating and eating and eating. And we may have a couple skunks show up, but the last, what, 3, 4 nights, I guess, it's been hours and hours of these animals, and they're eating any kind of sunflower seed or corn or anything they can. You know, do they know something? Is something up? We're going through cat food really fast. We're going through bird seed. I mean, this is the most I've seen all summer. Good Lord. Free kitties. Free kitties for anybody.
There, I think that's
Wow.
as big as I can get it.
I wish that big giant coon would come back. He was huge. And the other one just kind of backed up a little bit. I'm not going outside for a while, that's for sure.
Oh, you could probably go up and pet them.
All right. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go pet the skunks.
So there's 5. There's some in the bushes.
Bomber said, "True, Jane. Everything is hungry here too. Meanwhile, I've only had a protein shake today. It's about to eat some veggies now." I mean, even the goats. I mean, I give them the same amount, but they're just fighting over the food, and and just they act like I haven't fed them in a couple of days. And then
Just like you said, hummingbirds are going through the food.
Yeah.
Birds in the bird feeders are going through the food.
Oh.
Animals that show up in the backyard are going through all the food really fast.
And there's a couple possums, there's raccoons, the fox, there's several foxes, and they are just pigging out. And it's not wintertime quite yet. This is not normal behavior. And we're going through cat food a lot faster than what we normally do too. It's just like, really, you guys.
But our dog doesn't seem to be eating more, does it?
No, well, not really. Well, I guess she eats all the time. Happy skunks. Yeah, they're happy if they find a leftover peanut that a blue jay didn't find or a chipmunk didn't find or the squirrels. But they're mainly eating sunflower seeds. There's cracked corn and stuff on the ground. Well, the chicken scratch. So they want to eat anything and everything they can.
Oh, that'd be cool. Hunt mice. Our cats aren't very good at mouse hunters. I think they're spoiled. They don't want to hunt mice.
Well, we got a couple that got them out in the sunroom. I got a friend, skunk. Skunks will make a good, if you get them when they're itty bitty babies, and my mom had one out on the farm and it just hung out with the cats and never sprayed them because they usually just spray when you corner them or scare them. And they're not going to come after you either. They see you outside, they're going to run away.
I've heard of other people said they've had. Well, I've seen on TikTok and everywhere else. Well, there's another one.
The cats are eating like winter is coming early, and the birds. That's
6
everything.
now.
6? Oh my gosh! Now this is the most we've ever had.
See, I thought I kept seeing something dark
Gosh!
Thought I kept seeing something dark in the bushes over there.
And I watched this area every single night, and it's just like they're scarfing stuff down. I mean, it's not like winter is coming. We got hot weather coming again, upper 80s and 90s for the next 10 days.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something's going to happen, and these animals are sensing it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been the last 3 nights. The dog wants to go outside, and I'm going, you can't right now. There's skunks and coons, and there's foxes running around all over. And it's not like I'm throwing a bunch of food out there. They're just eating leftover bird seed.
Who said, where was it? Somebody said something.
AI skunks. I slept. What? I slept in one of their daughter's boots. What?
The skunk, the pet skunk slept in their daughter's boots.
Skunk.
Pilgrim Society says, I think animals are either sensing end times or the frequencies are killing everything.
something, like I say, yeah, there's something's not right. You know, we've been watching the hummingbirds. Oh, you might see them every once in a while, but the last 3 days during the day, even they're nonstop drinking. We only have like 2 or 3 hummingbirds, but this behavior right now is the skunks. There could be a couple possums, be a family of coons. I haven't seen the fox yet today. Actually, I haven't seen the fox run up to see if there's anything.
Oh, I
But
don't
it
know.
just makes you wonder. I mean, do they sense an earthquake coming or something like that, and they're getting fat, and then they're going to bury themselves down in their tunnels to be safe? Something. And our hummingbirds usually just aren't constantly at the feeders either.
Oh, one ran away,
Yeah,
or more than one ran away.
6 skunks. Well, that's the most I've ever seen.
There's only 4 right now.
Yeah,
So where'd the other ones go?
I don't know. I'm checking the other cameras. Might have to get one more camera and put it on the other side of the barn where the second driveway is, so we can actually
There you
see,
go.
what's running up and down the second
There's a
driveway.
good picture for you. What's up? Skunk butt.
Dude, they're so cute. I mean, they do have a cute butt. They do have a cute butt. They are a gorgeous animal. I can imagine how silky they actually are. And why is it they're the only animal that sprays a surprise to you? Yeah, normally, I see 2 to 4. But last night when I saw 5, I went, oh my gosh. Now tonight, everybody witnessed 6. Lemon skunk.
We had that one that was almost all white. Remember that?
Yeah, he was really white.
Man, he had such a pretty coat and big, thick, just almost all white. Wasn't quite albino or anything, but it was mostly white and had the little black.
I think they're sensing something, because people always say, even the old people in the end, watch the animals. And man, I mean, I normally don't have to fill up the bird feeders as often as here the last few days too. It's just like everybody just pigging out. Like I said, it just seems like I'm not feeding the goats enough. They act like they're starving.
Oh, Bomber said she put meat out for the crows, but she's wondering if the squirrels ate it. I just saw a video the other day. My uncle, my dad's brother, used to love crow hunting, and he would make crow calls and stuff, and crow. He actually was pretty well known for making crow decoys that he'd put in the trees to attract crows. But I saw a crow's call the other day that somebody's 3D printing. They're making it sound like a crow to bring crows to your area.
Ah.
So I thought that was interesting. I thought it'd be cool to have a pet crow, or one that comes to your yard all the time. Maybe bring us gifts. I don't know.
Dwarf said there's a squirrel. There's a squirrel there also. He seemed stoned. Well, I put the squirrel right there in the corner because these skunks have been digging in the corner right there and making a mess.
Yeah, because that's an old water fountain.
Used to work. Right.
And I could probably patch it up and get it working again, but we use it as a feeder for the animals and put water or bird feed or whatever in it.
We'd have to get a new pump and a hose, and I don't know. I think the bottom was pretty well cracked and had all kinds of holes in it, and so we just use it as a decoration.
Crows and ravens are assholes. I mean, I know we have crows in the area, but none of them's ever really came to our yard or bothered us or brought us anything. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they're the ones bringing us the stones. I don't know.
Bomber said, "Oh no, never hurt a crow. They will remember you, and
They
they'll
do.
tell their babies, and I just lost it. Where to go?
They do. They say,
oh my gosh,
people." They did an experiment, and that's another one of the videos I watched. They put a Halloween or rubber mask on when they netted or captured a crow to measure it and do all the the medical stuff or whatever to check out crow populations and stuff. And then when they released the crows, they put that mask out, and the crows just came in and just pecked the crap out of it.
Wow.
They remembered what that mask looked like on that person. So they do remember what your face looks like if you're mean or good to them. So they remember.
That's almost creepy. Wow. The crows will bring you stones and feathers when you feed them.
Yeah, you hear all kinds of stories where they'll snatch somebody's bracelet with diamonds or gems on it because they think it's a shiny stone or something shiny and cool, so they bring it to you. And people talk about coins. They'll bring coins to you, money, all kinds of stuff, food, snacks, whatever they can snatch and fly with, they'll bring it to you if they're offering you a gift because you fed them or taking care of them.
We hear crows once in a while, but it's all.
There's crows still in the area, but like I said, they're far away. And I mean, I'm almost half tempted to get one of those crow calls, but I don't know if we should or not. I think we got enough stuff coming without adding crows to the mix. But I thought a crow would be cool, but I might be asking more than I really want.
Corey said I was standing real still one day filling a water tank, and one landed next to me. That's one hell of a sensation to feel the wind from their wings when they land.
Oh, looks like a skunk's down inside the water fountain.
Yeah,
see it?
yeah. See, there's one. There's must be something way up in there. They can't go all the way to the top. It's only that middle section is one piece. I don't know if they're getting cobwebs and spiders and bugs, or because they do go after bugs and stuff. But this certain skunk likes to go inside of there, and all you see is eyeballs poking underneath. Isn't that kind of creepy?
But Corey, there's all kinds of videos out there when they land next to you. There's certain gestures, like with your eyes or your face, or you can make a noise. Certain noises you can make to bond or making a attachment with the crows. Because I watched a video of a guy started out the same way, where a crow started landing a little bit closer and closer to him, and finally he was able to basically communicate. However, and it would end up coming on its arm and not being mean, tearing up his arm or anything, but just landing on it gently, and they bonded, and the crow would start bringing them gifts and stuff.
Kind of like what Bomber said, you learn their call, and they're very entertained by us mimicking them. I have a video on my channel of me talking to my crow friend in the woods. They know I'm leaving before I leave the apartment. Wow.
I have a watcher that watches my door.
That's funny. And then tells the others, like, she's outside.
That would be freaky, though, if you're not used to it, or all of a sudden this big bird just flies up next to you and is like staring you down. It's like, all right.
And yes, those are orbs from time to time running through. You can tell what a bug is, and you can actually see the wings fluttering around, and they're real bright. Now, one time we thought it was an orb, but come to find out it was something on a cobweb. But what's kind of floating, that was probably a bug. When they're if it's for bright. But I've seen some real big ones kind of float across. So I have seen some orbs.
He got his butt all up in a fluff for a second.
I can tell you, those little ones are the babies this year. And I mean, they are mean and feisty, and you got to see these things go after a fox, man. I mean, they'd rather take that fox down. I mean, they really go after that fox, and he's just trying to. Oh, jeez!
It's funny when they surprise each other. It's like they're like on defense all of a sudden. It's like, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's just you.
Well, you probably hear me laughing from time to time through the floor when you're upstairs. Last night, it's like they hear a noise and you hear all of them just hop and jump. And you're like, what was that? Like squirrel. And they hop around like, I'm going to get you.
It's almost like the old cartoon where you see the skunks hopping around on all fours, like bouncing. It's like that's what they do. It is funny.
They will mimic you and make calls for you to mimic them. I'll try that next time we hear them in the pine trees over there by the Methodist church.
Well, I can get one of those crow calls if you want to try it. It's up to you.
Now, that could have been Norb. That looked different. So yeah, I question if it's bright white, it's probably a bug. If it's translucent and big and kind of floaty along, so that you can tell it was a moth. You could tell it was fluttering.
Mothman tried to nurse a baby crow with a broken leg back to health, but sadly it failed, or I failed. We've had a blue jay that crashed into our window, and we didn't know if he was going to make it. So we put him in a bird cage and brought him inside and fed him and watered him. And the next day he was ready to go. So he must have been just stunned, I guess, but he flew off. But we do have a lot of blue jays that show up now.
Remember the hummingbird that was stuck in the screen? Remember his little beak was stuck in the screen?
Yep.
Poor little guy who went out there and carefully pulled his little beak out of the screen hole.
Yep. And you saved one from a spider web or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, the spider was actually heading towards it, and it was wrapped in the spider web, and I got it down and pulled all the nasty, sticky cobwebs off of its beak and its wings, and then it just flew off.
And we've had 2 squirrels that we've raised a little bit, and
I lived a couple years.
yeah, we never got a chance to release them out in the wild, though. We wanted to release them, but then they kind of became inside pets for a little while, and I always thought that'd be cool to have one of those squirrels that would be out in the trees and recognize you're outside and come running up to you like your family.
I do have a hawk call. Wonder if that would work for the crow.
Oh, I'd probably do the opposite. A hawk call.
It attracts blue jays and stuff too. And I got a cardinal whistle. I could take those little bird whistles out and see.
Crows are totally different, though. They're complete different sound than any songbird or anything.
Really, Corey? My friend told me her pet skunk would bait the mice with a pebble of cat food and wait to ambush. There is mice that are in that bottom part.
Oh, maybe it is
night,
mice.
Yeah, at night you can see they come out. You see these tiny little eyeballs running back and forth. Little eye shine back and forth.
Hope it's not trying to get your chipmunk.
No, chipmunk isn't inside of there. I mean, he'll go in there for if it's dangerous. But I think the chipmunk's in the barn or in the wood pile behind the barn. Yeah, he's inside there again. Definitely keeps going after something in there.
The first squirrel we got really attached to, that we raised it from a tiny, tiny little thing that fell out of the nest.
Oh, yeah, his eyes were closed.
We used to play with it. It would run all over us and have fun on the bed and do the old hand rolly thing around your arm and stuff. He was awesome. I loved that squirrel.
Yeah, both of them lived about 2 years. Probably longer than some outside squirrels do. The cat's now watching TV with the skunks. I think I just saw a bat.
That's funny.
I think I just saw a bat fly by. Because
I saw something fly by.
Yeah, I've been watching there, this time of year, there's a lot of bugs around the big tree. And so I'll zoom it out a little bit if there's no skunks or anything, and you can just see the bats flying back and forth getting stuff.
Every once in a while, one of our cats, when I have bird feeders or something up on the big screen TV, all of a sudden they'll just sit there. I don't know if it's because they hear the sound but they're actually watching the TV. They'll just sit there and you can just tell they're watching it, so they can see everything on TV. A lot of times you kind of wonder, because they don't pay attention to TV when we're watching something. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what's that? And they start watching the birds. Well, it looks like most of the skunks are still there. They're just trying to figure out how to get to the different areas of the water fountain.
Yeah, it's still 3. But the babies are so feisty. Can't believe they go after a fox. Like, get out of here.
We have one cat in particular. It seems like it would sit there in front of the TV and watch whatever we're watching, or something of interest would come on. It wouldn't have to be birds. It could be just a movie. And all of a sudden it's like, man, I think our cat's watching TV with us. Because you kind of wonder if they're able to see exactly everything we're seeing as far as how a TV's has it on the screen, whether they can actually see all the colors and everything. But then all of a sudden you'll sit there, it's like, oh, the cat's actually watching TV. Cool.
These guys keep this up. We're going to have to go get another bag of sunflower seeds.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's crazy. They eat the shells and all, and then, of course, their poop looks really weird and strange, and it's all filled with shells. And I mean, the coons do that too, and the possums. They just eat the sunflower seed whole.
Yeah, they're not like the birds that leave the shells out. And
Ooh, now they're fighting over the waterfall. Mine,
oh,
mine. Get out of here. I'll point my butt to you.
hope these are all brothers and sisters.
What's really funny is I swear possums are half blind because, and they'll walk right up to a skunk like they don't see it. And then all of a sudden they start smelling its butt, and then they'll back away like, oh, dude, you stink. And it's like, don't you see that skunk right in front of you?
Yeah, possums can't see very far in front of their nose. They're not blind, but they just don't have great vision going.
And we've lost a few possums. We had like 4 or 5 possums. I think we only got like 2 possums this year.
But I think these skunks are so hungry or crazy about eating that they don't realize something else is right next to them. All of a sudden, oh, wait.
And I don't think they're doing it because of the heat wave either. I mean, we've had a hot summer ever since May. I mean,
It's been cool here recently.
right. Because I don't think that's one reason why every single animal, birds, cats, goats, skunks, wildlife, everything is just acting like they're starving.
Bomber says my feral rescue will watch my phone and she acknowledges her presence and mine in the mirror.
Aw.
The new cat has no concept. Robin says possums have really poor eyesight. Yeah, they can't they can't see very far in front of their nose.
Yeah, I see them walk in front of a skunk and then just start sniffing their butt, and it's like, oh, there's something here. And we've had a lot of fox activity and just not as many possums. Not as many bunnies either. I think we only have a couple bunnies left.
Corey says his 1-year-old puppy watches TV, YouTube channel, birds and squirrels. Yeah, I've put birds on there. I like watching the natural feeders, like especially some of them from South Africa where the big giraffes come to the watering hole and hippos and all that. But I've been finding a lot of bird feeders all over the world, Sweden, Norway, Russia, where they have feeders with a camera on it all the time. Some of the cool ones are like late at night where they have all these, like we do, or skunks and everything come in. But yeah, our cats and we'll sit there and watch when we have the bird feeders on. We got a few of them might have left or wandered to a new area.
There's one that, in the front porch, but where the pine tree is, at night, I've been turning it around. I've been watching that area. I watch them come around the corner and stuff. They must be getting bugs because they like that area around that pine tree. And so one just waddled. He's close to the front porch now.
Yeah, we haven't had any coyotes hardly at all this year. I haven't heard them cry or.
That one night we heard something, but I don't think they were coyotes. I think they were Sasquatch down there at the farm. Because they were like hooing instead of yipping and
right.
Screaming.
Wasn't quite right.
Right. And that was the only time I've heard anything this summer. It's been a quiet summer. Except for wildlife. I'm not finding strange rocks in the cornfield yet. Not seeing any tracks. Did see a deer last night.
Oh.
So a deer was walking along the field. The
Yeah,
other
the
night,
only thing, we've had skunks and occasional possum here and there, but mostly skunks, and the foxes were pretty
and
heavy
coons.
for a
And
while. Have you seen foxes in a while?
yeah, almost every night I've been seeing foxes.
Oh,
I'm kind of
okay.
surprised I haven't seen one run across yet.
I thought you just been seeing skunks mostly.
No, and it's been the one or two possums that we have, the skunks, coons, possum, once in a while a bunny.
Robin's cat's meowing at the skunk.
Hmm?
Yeah, the skunks are eating. How's come I'm not eating?
Well, we normally don't go through cat food this fast, and I go out there and the little containers are empty and I'm going, my gosh, you guys. So something's going on with these animals. They know something. Early winter?
Corey feeds them little M&M chocolates.
What?
Man, we give them bird seed and sunflowers, and then we throw out once in a while some scraps out there where these animals are, so we keep them away from the house.
Keep them away from where the dog goes outside. But I usually have to check the cameras here lately first before we even let her out at night. I've never given chocolate and stuff.
Yeah, that's
And I'll throw out old
some of those
cereal.
like over in Sweden and Norway and other places like that. They have sweets and oranges and fruits and all kinds of neat stuff that we normally wouldn't feed our animals or birds. They have them on theirs. That's why it's kind of cool to watch them, because they're really pretty and colorful. The food that they feed them,
Wow.
then the animals are really colorful too. So they're cool to check out those channels.
Well, peanuts don't last long. Once the Blue Jays find out there's peanuts, it's crazy.
Oh,
And
they were into bird feed. Yeah, I've seen that bird feed before. I guess they do have little sugary and
oh, they're in the
stuff
bird
in
feed
them.
mix. Okay. Yeah, I get a certain kind of bird feed mix that I put in the other feeders. And here I just throw peanuts, sunflower seeds, and I have learned that if you get chicken scratch, it's a lot cheaper than some of the bags of bird feed. So I just throw down chicken scratch. And the bunnies eat the corn and everybody else eats it. And I
Yeah,
throw some whole corn out once in a while too. The Blue Jays love whole corn.
yeah. Chicken feed's a
A lot cheaper than bird feed.
than buying bird feed. I think they raise the prices on you because they know people like to feed
Yeah.
their birds.
Oh yeah, you can get a 50-pound bag of chicken scratch. Has cracked corn and all kinds of stuff in it. It's a lot cheaper. You get a small little bag of that mixed with the little brown or the little pellet little things that the finches like. You're paying $20 or more for a small bag.
Yep.
So I just get, when we go down there, I usually order 2 bags of chicken scratch, give it to the birds and the chickens.
That's funny, Tim.
Are you watching Alan Birdcam on YouTube?
I don't know any of the specific names. I just go by whatever looks like it's cool. We watch
Raccoon Saloon's good.
Raccoon Saloon, where they have a whole house set up with cameras, an old abandoned farmhouse, and the coons are in there and they're hilarious.
Oh, they got like 8 or 10 cameras. Maybe they have more now. I haven't been over there in a while.
Inside,
Every single
outside.
room.
They water and feed them every day. And we watched the deer one over in Maine. That's really cool.
Deer pantry.
Yeah, deer pantry. They got all kinds of troughs for the deers and stuff to come up and eat out of. And then the other ones are just whatever I find on YouTube. I don't really have a specific channel for the birds. I just, whatever one looks like it's cool or active at the moment, I just click on it and watch it.
Now we've got our own. I mean, I'm busy. We've got 8 cameras. So this monitor over here that you guys can't see has all 8. I feel like a security guard. I just sit here and just watch all the cameras all night long until I finally go to bed. Oops, sorry, Tim.
What?
He no longer is with Christine. That's why he said he was single.
Oh,
Hey, WD-40, welcome in.
WD-40.
WD-40, Mel.
I like WD-40.
Yeah, Robin knows the deer pantry.
Well, here, let's I'll do this for a minute. What's the best one I have? This one, I guess.
Oh, with all of them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's got all of them, right?
Yeah, all 8. Yeah.
So that's our cameras. We got the goat. You can see the goat inside our barn,
And then chicken goat.
relaxing on the ramp or the pallet right at the moment. Oh, I see a spider web on the.
Tim Mothman sent me over. Well, thank you, Tim.
Yeah, thanks for showing up. We appreciate it. We're just hanging out talking. We talked about a few stories, and
Yeah. Next time, try chocolate.
so we got our goat cam. We got the field. You can see the cornfield and our elderberry bushes up against our barn right there. So we watch for children of the corn or
behind the barn. That's where I saw the deer last night. It was walking along the cornfield last night.
oh, I see a spider. You see the spider on this one? I think that's a
Oh,
spider.
yeah,
I
there's
think
a
that's a
spider.
spider.
Yes, that's the front. There's spider and spider web.
Yeah, I think a spider's making a web.
Oh, there's one night I saw an earwig crawl up the lens, and oh, that was really creepy. Like, ew.
So we got two different cameras inside. One's on the goat side, and one that you can see the chicken pen and the goats a little bit in front of it. So you can see a goat right there in the middle,
Yeah, they like sleeping
laying in front of the chicken pen.
Yeah, they like sleeping there in front of the chicken pen.
Plus, they have their fan. They had the fan right there, and the water's right there, and the mineral blocks right there. Then we have the sky cam, which is what we usually point up at night to watch. It was cloudy tonight and hazy, but
I did it last night. It was so clear last night. I went out there and flipped that camera around. We had a sky cam going for a
so
while.
we got the sky cam where we can point up in the sky and watch anything moving in the sky. Then we have the camera where the skunks are, which is our backyard. And we have another garden camera, where our garden is. You can see the field and you can see the night sky there. Then what else? We got the front porch where we got bird feeders, hummingbird feeders. Jane will show the hummingbirds.
Yeah, I'll do the hummingbird during the day, and then I'll flip it around to the pine tree and the side of the front of the house, because that's where I watch the skunks go around the corner, heading towards the porch.
So we have 8 cameras, and our NVR or whatever our DVR box for cameras. They call them NVRs. It's all filled up. It only had 8 slots for cameras. So we may have to invest in a bigger box that'll take up to 12 or 16. I think they jump up by 4s or double. So it might be 16 or 32.
I like to have one by the big giant double doors of the barn so we can watch that field, or the second driveway right there.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
So we might someday, who knows when, you might come on and there'll be 12 cameras or whatever, because we'll have the capacity later on if we buy a new box and add some more cameras. Well, you got to do that, just like everything in life. You got to do that little at a time, because cameras are expensive. That box is expensive, and
Yeah, we started out with 2 cameras. Yeah, we started out with just 2 cameras.
yeah, I don't know how many did we get to at the first.
Yeah,
or
we
just one?
started out with 2, which was the dual ones, the ones that like the bird feeders, like actually dual lens. And then we got the big spinny one. And then we ended up getting some little ones, which we don't like the itty bitty.
Oh, here comes a fox along the field. So the fox is making the normal path along the field. It goes,
Behind.
yeah, it's past. It's almost,
He might be,
he might sneak up on the skunks.
yeah. Yeah, because that is his routine. Oh, okay. We might see a run by. Because I haven't seen the fox yet tonight. They usually show up to see if there's anything out there.
So I just caught him sneaking along the edge of the field, and he'll travel. The foxes and coyotes will travel the whole edge of the field all the way around to find where it wants to go to its up. So they don't go necessarily through the field. They have, but normally they'll come up along the field, go along the houses to see where they're going to get their next snack or moving on their way. So I saw him slinking right along the cornfield, heading towards where the skunks are. There he is.
Yep, there he is.
He's got a nice tail.
Yeah. All the foxes I've seen. Now watch the skunk. They'll probably start charging after him.
I like when they hop.
I know.
He's probably sitting there saying, "Hey,
that looks small. That might be
that looks like a new fox." I don't
that
think
might be a pup. That looks kind of small. He's checking out that skunk that's inside the waterfall.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, buddy, what's your problem?"
And that might be one of the pups this year. He looks kind of small. Sorry, we didn't have chicken or anything tonight. A lot of times we throw out chicken bones or something like that the foxes will grab. And that's why I've been spinning around the front porch camera, because I've been kind of watching most of these. Oh, there he is. Oh, no, that's a spider web. Doggone it. Oh. But I've been watching the coons and everything go across the street and head into the bean field. So they're going somewhere. Somebody has a shed in the backyard or something that they're all going to, because everybody's heading towards the bean field in the front.
All right. Thanks for coming, Corey.
Oh, good night, Corey. Thanks for showing those pictures.
Bomber says she's pretty much done with relationships unless something enhances my peace rather than takes it from me.
Ah.
I think Jane was like that till she trapped me.
Yep. I stopped. I went through 2 marriages, single mom for 12 and a half years, dating on and off through that, gave up altogether. And I said, that's it. I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. Just like my mother ended up. And I stopped dating for 2.5 years. And a girl walked in my church one day and started going to church. And well, 21 years later, here we go.
Here we are.
So it did happen.
I was just looking for
and he didn't give me chocolate either.
No. I was just looking for peace and tranquility. I just wanted to get back to God and inner peace. And my brother invited me to Easter service, and
now look, you found a crazy woman with 3 kids.
Yeah, Jane took advantage of me, of my my situation and low point in life, and trapped me. She tricked me. She tricked me before I woke up. It's 21 years later.
Yeah, you just had a 21 and back.
Yeah, 21 and back.
No, 67, just keep living life. Yeah, I just go one day at a time and try to enjoy it the best you can. Smile at a hummingbird or a butterfly. Watch skunks at night. Try to keep as positive as possible.
Oh, that's cool, Bomber. There's a lid for every pot. I'm okay if my lid never shows up. I'm not looking. If someone comes along whose company I enjoy more than my own, I wouldn't push them away.
Tim Hoffman.
Yeah, that's kind of like how me and Jane met. I mean, neither one of us were really I just got out of a bad relationship, and Jane has went through whatever she went through before she met me. And I guess we just knew, and it was almost instant. Of course, she was a lot sweeter and kinder to me back then.
Ah. Wait till we end this stream.
Yeah. I guess this is going to be a 24/7. I guess it's not going to end. I think I can get upstairs faster than you because you're in another room.
And speaking of Bomber, she's the one that was experiencing the Big Dipper a few years ago also. And here in 2 more days, guys, if the Big Dipper event happens again, it'll be 4 years in a row. So Bomber, keep an eye on the northern skies. This time of night, well, actually the last couple hours, we got about 1 more hour left of these lights appearing and disappearing in the northern skies. So keep watching.
Yeah, Mel. When you stop looking, that's when you find it. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. That's how it seems to be anyway.
I gave up for 2.5 years. I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm just going to focus on raising these kids by myself. And that happened. Just give them chocolate.
Give them chocolate. Feed them pizza and once in a while.
Yeah, feed them pizza once in a while.
Maybe Chinese.
Oh,
We need to go somewhere and get some Chinese instead of what we're getting.
I know. Since they stopped having that one stuff that you liked. Yeah, we'll head to Hy-Vee or someplace and
I mean, I like Hy-Vee Chinese, but I'm talking about an actual like
restaurant.
Emperor's Palace or
Yeah, we might have to
something
take-
nice.
an hour drive to Bloomington to eat at a Chinese restaurant. That's an idea. I don't know. I need to check out her channel and see what that Gina lady is saying.
Amanda says she's going to raise her kid first, then maybe she'll look. It is hard with kids, though.
Chocolate on pizza, but never chocolate on pizza.
Yeah, you could have chocolate and pizza, just not. Yeah.
Well, they had that Pizza Hut had that dessert pizza for a while.
I think I've seen specialty. I don't know if you really call it pizza, but it is pizza when it has like a chocolate drizzle maybe across the top.
I'm gonna get on pineapple pizza again. Now I want Chinese food.
Taylor would want pineapple pizza, but she just wanted to eat the pineapple and
She'd pick the pineapple off when it was all nice and warm, then she'd eat the pizza.
yeah.
Dessert pizza. Yeah. Pizza Hut, they had cherry, and then they had kind of like a chocolate one.
Yeah.
And it was on their buffet, but I don't even know if they have a buffet anymore. Still, Pizza Hut's changed.
A breakfast pizza is pretty good once in a while, but it's
yeah.
not I just like regular pizza.
Our gas station, Casey's, has a breakfast pizza.
I just like pizza. I don't really care for, other than like sausage, mushroom, or ham and olives, or maybe once in a while onions. I'll eat pepperoni. I don't really care for pepperoni. I like thick crust, Chicago style. But there is a couple places that I like their thin crust. Taco pizza from the mom and pop is the best that we've ever had, as far as I'm concerned. If we didn't have skunks up on the screen, I'd show our pizza pictures.
You can pull the skunk down and show the pizza pictures, and maybe we'll pull up the garden cam, because there is a few little lights appearing. It's just kind of not a clear night. It's kind of cloudy, but there is a few things that's kind of appearing.
So, since you guys are all hungry,
gonna make it worse here.
well, there's a local mom and pop pizza place that sells Priazzo or stuffed pizza. And that is my favorite. That happens to be sausage, mushroom, extra mushroom. Once in a while, we'll get olives or onions in it mixed or whatever. We have done ham, olives, onions. We've mixed it up, but our favorite is usually sausage, mushroom, or at least my favorite. I think Jane just puts up with it.
I'm gonna try a stuffed taco.
I don't know if they make stuffed taco because,
Oh.
anyway. So that is that one. And there's the taco pizza, which this is same restaurant, same mom and pop place. They put fresh lettuce, tomato, cheese. Then they have the normal crust with tomato sauce underneath. Then you get hot sauce or whatever on the side, or you can get jalapenos or whatever you like. But that's the normal pizza. If you order a taco pizza, that's what you get. No corn chips, no nothing. I don't really like places that put corn chips on their taco pizza. I understand it's supposed to be like the shell, but I just like the pizza with the taco ingredients on top. And then where's the other one? Then this is their just normal thin crust, run of the mill, whether you get cheese or sausage or whatever ingredients, that's what it looks like. And I ate that for years. Ate that for years until they started adding the original owner started making piazzos or the stuffed pizza. And then that was our favorite. I mean, we started eating that at least once or twice a month. But normally when we'd order, we'd get this thin crust. And then we started getting the taco pizza whenever that came along. But this mom and pop place, you can get pierogies, you can get fried mushroom, fried green beans, you can get hot ham and cheeses, Italian beefs. So they got a full menu of almost anything and everything at this mom and pop place, but they're mainly a pizza place, but they really do have good tacos also.
Deep fried ravioli.
Yep.
Now I'm hungry.
Me too. Oh, who brought up food? What the heck? We didn't even do it this time. It was somebody else.
We got a few little thingies up here. It's just not crystal clear. It's kind of slightly cloudy up there. Man,
Where did we have fish tacos? Oh, we went to that restaurant up the road from us that opened up. There was kind of like a more higher end restaurant for our area anyway. So it wasn't really like a cafe or a
no, they were good.
Normal restaurant. They had fish tacos on their specialty menu that one. They would do once a month or every other weekend a special dish. We've had elk burgers, fish tacos, but that was the first time I've ever had fish tacos, and it was good.
Got some weird stuff going on.
Wow, Bomber can't eat Chicago style. I thought I'd known that. I wouldn't have shown the pictures.
Can we see your shirts, please?
Yes, I have Space Penguins, where it's a report that we've had on our show before, where a farmer heard a ruckus outside of the animals, and he went out to investigate, and he described it as a mushroom craft UFO that landed in his field, and the best that he could describe it was little tiny beings that looked like penguins. So I designed this shirt as best as I could. So it's on our shirt or our merch store, and Jane has our logo on her shirt.
Yeah, Midwest Night Watchers.
Midwest Night Watchers with a 3/4 sleeve. So we brought back the 70s or early 80s 3/4 athletic looking shirts.
Man, they're so comfortable. Oh my gosh, I love these.
And actually, the quality and feel of all these shirts from this company is awesome. The normal long sleeve shirt is a wonderful. If you have air conditioning really high, or if you're in the winter and you're cold, it is nice and thick and comfortable. Same with the sweatshirts. And Jane's wearing one of our hats. So we have our logo on a hat, which is a cotton twill, almost distressed.
Thank you, WD-40.
Yeah, thank you, WD.
And we've got a 24/7, like what you were just seeing with the skunks. We got a stream that goes 24/7 with all the cameras. And then when we go live, we go live. So there's 2 of them live right now.
So Sundays we have guests on where we talk about whatever the subject, whether it's cryptid, UFOs, paranormal, that kind of deal. Wednesdays is our hangout with the chat, just to give back to the community that follows us. We just hang out and talk with everybody and have fun. What else? There are Fridays, Saturdays on our Rumble channel only, because we're going to Rumble and YouTube. Rumble channel only on Friday, Saturdays. We do old movies, monster movies, suspense, mystery, that kind of movies. The old ones, 50s, 60s, once in a while some 70s, but mostly the 50s and 60s. So we do that every Friday, Saturday, or try to on our Rumble channel only, because YouTube has a heart attack. It seems like when we show a movie, everybody else can show movies or play songs, but when we do it, we get a notification that you may have shared copyrighted material.
Yeah.
So we do it on Rumble. Rumble don't seem to care right at the moment. Thanks, Dan.
Ooh.
So if you go to Midwest Night Watchers .printful.me, Jane will probably put the link in the chat. We're going to be putting some new shirts out, so we'll have some new designs coming out, but we have all of our logos and some cryptids, Bigfoot, Mothman, and you can see the space penguins that I'm wearing. So feel free to check it out, and thank you if you order, and otherwise, if you just want to look, we're grateful for that too.
And yes, we got strange UFO videos, or you gotta switch over to garden cam, because there is some lights that is appearing.
I just took it down.
What?
Here, I'll bring it back up.
Oh, the garden cam?
Garden cam?
Yeah. Because it's showing, it's not the Big Dipper event that has tons of them coming through, but every night, if it's clear, these lights just appear and then disappear in the northern sky.
Oh, so before we got off on that tangent or talking about our shirts and stuff, and I was going to say this time of year where we got Lionsgate, right?
Yeah, 8/8. Yeah, 2 days. 3,
Yeah.
well, 1 day now.
If you guys go out and find the Big Dipper, if you're able to see the Big Dipper, let us know if you see anything from your area and how long it lasts. Jane says it lasts.
It's about an hour to an hour and a half, and it starts out like 11:30, 12:30, and then within the 5 or 6 weeks that it passes, it's more like 10:30 to 11:30. So it kind of moves down in time when the Dipper kind of moves, if that makes any sense. But it's late at night, and it's usually for about an hour or so. But these things, this has been going on since like April. There is this time of night, there's always these lights that appear, disappear. You'll see them above the Martin houses, not the little flying things. Those things are rods and skyfish and all kinds of weird stuff.
So we don't know what it is, what they are, why they're doing it.
There is one. Here comes one. Well, I'm on it. I don't look at that monitor. It's a different monitor than what you're showing.
So you guys, if you go out and look at the Big Dipper, let us know if you see anything. Please email us at midwestnightwatchers@gmail.com or come in our chat, on Wednesday nights and let us know what you find, because we'd be interested to know what you guys see. And if you have friends in other areas, Canada, Mexico, Europe,
yeah,
Norway, I don't know if UK would be able to see the Big Dipper, but anywhere they can see the Big Dipper, if you have friends in other areas, let us know of what they see, if you can, if you hear anything. We'd be very interested in how far and what people see.
Meteor shower the 12th and 13th. if it's not super cloudy, I'll have this camera on the 24/7 stream every single night, and people have seen meteors. And if it's really clear, we do have a sky camera that I'll turn upside down and we can spin it all the way around and get a 360 view. And yeah, people saw the meteors, a lot of meteors last year.
Yeah, so we have one camera that I built a mount, or kind of built a mount, that I can actually turn it upside down and you can see nothing but night sky with the whole view of the camera.
That's what I was doing last night. I was focusing on the Big Dipper last night, and I didn't see anything yet, but here in about 2 more nights, if it's going to happen again, it's going to happen every night for about 6 weeks, for about an hour or so. There's just hundreds of them coming in underneath the Dipper.
Well, Mel, not sure what direction to look. You look towards the North Star or north, and that's where the Big Dipper. You can find a Big Dipper in the northern sky.
We've checked other parts of the sky, and it's this north, directly north is where I see these lights just, and I'm not sure if they're plasmoids. I'm not saying they're metal ships or anything. I think they're more like orbs or plasmoids or something, because they just appear like they're charging. There is that magnetic pole on the North Pole. Are they energizing and charging themselves? It's
Right.
always that part of the sky.
So every once in a while, you'll see like the space station go by, or airplanes go by, or something we know. But then we get these other things that pop in. Sometimes they illuminate, brighten up, pulsate, then they leave. They're gone. So we don't know what they are. We don't know how to describe them other than they're unidentified, or they're orbs or something. They don't look like satellites. They don't look like,
and they're not low. Yeah, you can tell they're way, way up there in the sky. I think they're slowing down now. This time of night is when they kind of start slowing down some.
So we used to think, okay, let's do Orion. Orion's real big in the sky during fall and winter. So we've aimed our cameras to Orion, and we see a few things moving, but nothing like the Big Dipper, nothing like what we're experiencing at this time of year. So not that nothing ever happens in any other constellations or part of the sky. For us, this northern sky just seems to be so active.
Man, see, I'm barely seeing them there. It's kind of cloudy over in that area. Gosh darn it. You can go back to the skunks. That might be more entertaining.
Well, I was going to show a couple, since we got new people in here, I was going to show a couple of our other videos.
You can see a little bit of it. Yes, north. Oh, look in the northeast sky. A lot of this is direct north. We were actually looking at Wisconsin skies.
So let's see, where am I at? I don't even know where I'm at.
Yeah, here in about a month or so, we'll start seeing Orion and Pleiades starting to come up.
So here's the very first video that Jane put up, because she saw this one night while I was at work. She has all the fun.
Yeah.
So this went across the backyard sky, and you'll see our backyard tree come up here in a minute. So that was our very first one.
That thing was kind of low too. As you can see, that's the tree in our backyard that we kept. And if anyone knows the Steady Ranch with James Gilliland, he caught the same thing 3 days before. And it's on his intro. If you ever watch his shows, he's got it at the end of his intro of his show. And it's identical. Don't know what that was. There was no Starlink that night. But that's what started Midwest Night Watchers, guys. I didn't want to put it on my Chiro Sounds music channel, so we just kind of started a new channel so I can upload these orbs and stuff. And then we started hanging out in YouTube 4 years ago and kind of got to know people. And now look at us, we're doing podcasts.
So
Good
here,
night, Amanda.
so here is a video of, yeah, good night, Amanda. Thanks for coming. So here's a video I spliced together of clipped out things that we've seen. Skyfish, we call them skyfish and rods. So this is the weird stuff that goes across our cameras. I clipped them all together into one video.
And you'll see the round orbs, you'll see bugs, you'll see bats, you'll see the bugs flapping its wings. These are definitely not bugs. I don't know what they are. Well, they call them rods and skyfish, or flying ribbons.
Flying ribbons, yeah. And then we have let's see.
Yeah, we get them on the cameras a lot.
So here's a slow motion of an orb and what we consider a rod flying into each other.
And we see these things in the wintertime on these cameras. And they're definitely not bugs in the wintertime in Illinois.
So it looks like the rod flies directly in that orb and disappears, or being absorbed, or however you want to describe it. So we really like that video. That one's cool to us. That one.
And that's on the other side of the field, which is kind of far away. It doesn't look far away, but it is far away. It takes quite a few minutes to get on that side of the field.
Then here is what we caught one night on the night camera. So that gives you a good idea what the night sky usually looks like on our camera when it's nice out.
Yeah, when it's real clear.
So this is the satellite, or whatever the heck this was.
It was one of Elon's satellites that.
Well, that's what they say. I'm not so sure.
Whatever, yeah. But why is it going up? That's what I didn't get. If it was a satellite that malfunctioned, why was it so low? And it wasn't way up. I don't know. Every time people see these things, they say it's one of Elon's satellites malfunctioning and breaking up. That was bizarre. Yes, I don't understand why it's going up.
Yeah, it's breaking. It's supposedly falling to earth and breaking up, but yet in our cameras, it's going away from us. It's going up.
I don't know.
So I don't know either. So yeah, that first video of Jane's, I don't think it's Elon.
We looked it up, and plus James Gilliland even looked it up when he saw it 3 days before. There was no launch or anything. And I've seen the train. We've got videos of the train, and they just appear, in a train in a small spot. They appear and disappear. I saw this for several minutes that I thought was a plane coming out of the Quad Cities. And because a lot of times you just see this bright light, you don't see blinking or anything. And then eventually it starts blinking, and then you go, yeah, it was a plane. Well, this kept coming and coming and coming. It never did start blinking. Then I started realizing it was cylinder, cigar shaped. And Elon doesn't go from one horizon to the other when the train shows up. So that was another thing. And then we went over our house, and that's when it disappeared. You'll see the full video on our channel. It's the very first video on our channel.
When you first showed it to me, I thought the same thing, Elon's train, because I've seen videos where the satellites are tight like that.
Right.
And they go across the sky. But this is a weird angle.
And it was diagonal.
And it was like you said, recorded by East City Ranch 3 days before. And the satellites are usually breaking up before then, as far as going into their orbit. And this isn't quite exactly the same as the videos that I watch all the time from Elon, where they're all in a one thing. So this video is definitely different than that. I'm not saying it's not Elon's, but I just don't think it is. But we tried looking up, we got all kinds of apps that show Starlink and satellites and all that stuff. And there was nothing launched that night or was going to come across our area for viewable. And Jim Gillihan said the same thing, that there was no Starlink for when he saw his. And then a friend of ours that aired this video on his channel or podcast, he looked up too and tried to find Starlink launches for that night in that time period, and there was nothing. So
and actually,
we had 3 or 4 people try to look it up, and there was nothing in the records or any kind of launches.
And when they did that show, wasn't there like 4 different places? They showed ours, James, and I thought a couple others that other people saw it. But it was bizarre. Like I said, when you see Elon, it usually appears for a little bit in the sky and then it disappears. It don't go all the way across. But that's what started Midwest Night Watchers, is capturing that crazy thing. And that's the lowest I've ever seen. All the other stuff is like the Big Dipper stuff and these weird things that are just powering up in the sky and disappearing.
Rose is over here on Rumble and she got her emojis back.
Yay. You could show that 10X and show everybody what's supposed to be happening here in a couple of days, maybe.
Oh, okay.
If by chance, it will be 4 years in a row that we've got this event that lasts for about 6 weeks and happens for an hour every night. Hundreds of them. And this is a half an hour video that we shrunk down to 3 minutes. So you can see all the movement and see how many is actually coming within a half an hour.
So that's the only thing we did was we clipped out that segment of a half hour, whatever Jane said, and then we speeded it up so you can actually see the movements really good. So we didn't alter anything else on the video itself.
So hopefully this will start happening here in a couple nights. And this actually is on a Psionics, which you're going to see a lot more on the Psionics than you are the outdoor cameras, the 24/7. I'm hoping we'll be able to pick up some of these, but I'm definitely going to get the Psionics out and record so you can see a lot more that you can't see with the naked eye. So if it happens here in a few nights and they start up again, it'll be 4 years in a row catching this. Always at the Big Dipper. Starts at the Lion's Gate. It starts at 8/8. And then it ends like the 3rd week in September. But that is a crap load of things coming in. Of course, the blinky things are planes. And they're not going all the way across the screen. They just appear right there, power up, disappear. I don't know if they're plasmoids or what they are, but, why every night for 6 weeks only? And like I said, if it happens again, it'll be 4 years in a row. And it can't be just the Lion's Gate, because Lion's Gate don't last 6 weeks. And then after that, they stop. And then you just see the normal things appear and disappear like you do every night. But this is something different. Like I said, this is a half an hour, so you can see how many actually comes in. And they're different directions.
And you to see these, some of them are real faint, some of them are real bright. So to see all of them, you have to have a Psionics or some kind of telescope or something, binoculars, whatever you have, to be able to see all of them. What's shown in this. So this is from our Psionics.
And you can see the bright ones that really power up bright. You can see with your naked eye, but you're not going to see all of these with your naked eye. Or, like I said, our outdoor cameras are really good with infrared, but you still can't see this many. So I'll be pulling out my Psionics on the tripod and just hit record and walk away. And only, like I said, only the bright ones you can see with your naked eye. That's how I found out about it. I kept saying, what is that that's over there? I ran inside, got my psionics, pulled it out, looked over there and saw how many, and I just went, oh my gosh. And I've been doing it every summer. This will be the 4th year. Somebody asked where we're at. We are we're in central Illinois, Mel.
Tim put it in chat. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, we're in central Illinois. And the Big Dipper right now is in the north sky. So that's why I said, find the North Star, just look at the north. And it's usually around the Dipper, if you can find the Dipper.
If you guys have binoculars, or if you're lucky enough, if you have a psionics or something like a psionics, or somebody that has a psionics or some kind of instrument like that, borrow it, check it out. It's cool because, like Jane says, you see the bright stuff with your eye. It kind of catches your eye and you can kind of see it, but when you actually look through something like a psionics, you start seeing everything that's up there. It's amazing.
I don't know what it is, and I'm not saying there's ships is it a portal opening? So if it's a portal, this is my question. Are they coming in or going out?
Or both.
Or both. Is it that the Big Dipper gets in that one certain spot in the north sky and it opens up something for like 6 weeks? Don't know. So I'm not saying they're aliens coming in or anything like that. They could just be plasmoids, but if it's plasmoids, why the activity in the same spot every year? I don't understand it.
But we were amazed at how many we could see with the naked eye. As far as the bright ones, obviously we could see because they almost looked like the stars, or kind of like the stars, but they were moving. So, but we were amazed. And then when we got the psionics out, it's like, holy crap, I can't believe all this is up there that we can't see.
Yeah, Tim, you're right. A few years ago, if you go back on our channel, you'll see the first year that I did these. I didn't use a tripod and it's shaking and moving and stuff. Yeah, I've learned the last 3 years to put it on a tripod, just hit record, and I just walk away. And then I check them later. But I don't know what they are, and I'm really hoping it happens again because it'll be 4 years in a row, which will just prove that same time of year, same spot in the sky. It starts out in the pan at the beginning, and then when it gets like 4, 5, 6 weeks, the Big Dipper goes down, so they're underneath the handle. Well, I don't know what they are. We even asked Jim Goodall, about a month ago when he was on, and I said, "Do we have anything that does this kind of stuff?" He goes, "No." So at first I was thinking, oh, maybe it's our stuff, it's missions, but I don't know. It baffles me. And it does start when the Lionsgate portal opens, but the Lionsgate doesn't last 6 weeks. So that's what kind of throws me off too. But it does start around 8/8. And it's not happening yet because I've stared at the Big Dipper all night last night when it was clear. Yeah, and I trust Jim. He says that, we've got all kinds of stuff that's ours. A lot of things people do see as ours or from this earth. But you could tell these are way, way up there. And he was kind of baffled when we showed him these videos. I don't know what they are.
I don't either.
They're fun to watch.
I'm still open if somebody can explain it and have it make sense. But otherwise, I just think it's unexplained, or I have no idea what they are. I just don't think they're normal craft.
Now, you've heard of energy ships. You've heard of light ships. Are they angels? I don't know. They look like ET drone fleets, batteries included. I think the batteries are dying out because it seems like they're charged and they need to charge up or something.
Batteries Not Included is a good movie.
But thanks in movies,
thanks for the link, Rose. Rose is over in Rumble sharing links.
But in movies, you do see them power up so they can go fast and go through a portal, or do they come through the portal and you have to power up in order to phase out and to cloak out. Don't know. Most of our skies are dark here in Talos, New Mexico. There's
Yeah,
just-
I mean, there's a lot better viewing places than our
Yeah.
place here in central Illinois, obviously. I mean, you get out west where they have like no lights just so you can view the skies at night. That would be amazing. So if you can get some kind of psionics or anything like that and be able to witness it and let us know, we'd be amazed to see what you guys find out.
Well, I know Barb Hartman in Washington State was able to see a little bit of them last year because she went out to try to see them, but they had a hard time seeing them because of all the pine trees. But we've just got a beautiful view. We're on the edge of town, and we got nothing but fields.
We got
so
it's a small town.
view of the sky.
It's a small town with very little light pollution. We do have street lights and stuff every once in a while, but not where our backyard is. And I'm purposely kept all the lights out of our backyard as much as I can. As far as our property, we don't have any lights that shine at night.
So yeah, that's what you can do if you're bored and nobody's on. You can just go to the 24/7 at night, and if it's not cloudy, I've got it pointing in the north sky. Or you can watch the rods and the skyfish and orbs and bugs and bats.
But if we catch anything unusual or more unusual than what we've already caught, we'll clip it out and we'll put it on our channel, whether it's animals or skyfish or
Free kitties.
children of the corn coming out some night. We'll put it up there.
That's wild. All the animals took off now. Probably ran out of sunflower seeds.
Yeah, they probably ate us out of house and home.
Yeah, like little vacuum cleaners over there, and it just sucked it all up. There's no more food for the birds in the morning. Free kitties. You need to watch.
Yeah, come and get them. I've trapped them before.
You need to watch the last video that I uploaded on our channel tonight. It's call it Free Kitties. Contact us for shipping details.
Thanks for coming, Robin. Well, I think we're about done ourselves.
Yeah, it's almost 2:00. We almost did a 4-hour show. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even pay attention. We've just been talking and sharing and having fun and chat. And
Yeah, they ate us out of house and home tonight.
so thank you guys all for coming. I mean, this has been great, fantastic.
So yes, I said free kitties.
Yeah.
They're black and white. They're gorgeous and fluffy. They just stink a little bit.
So come back. Like I said, Thursday or Friday, Saturdays on Rumble channel is movie night for us. And we try to show cool old movies, whether they're monster, suspense, murder, stuff like that. And come over Sunday will be our normal show, but it's going to be at 2 p.m. Central for us instead of 6 p.m. And we're going to have Andy Decodes and
His co-host Nicole.
his co-host Nicole, because they just got back from the battlefields in Gettysburg, so we're going to be talking to them about that and other stuff. So that's Alienate UK. So that'll be 2 p.m.
Normally 6. We've been doing a lot of 2s here lately. Pretty cool.
And then Monday nights, you can catch me on Dennis Carroll's channel, Hunting the Shadows. We do a show called The Road Less Traveled, where we try to talk about unusual and weird stuff that usually other channels don't like to talk about or don't bring up. We try to. And then we're back here Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Central, till whenever we all decide to go to bed or whatever.
Oh, it just seems like we were just doing our Wednesday show.
Wednesdays come around fast, don't they?
Wow. Oh, time is going fast. We only do 2 shows a week and just like, boom, we're doing another one.
Well, because I do 3 because I do
Yeah, Dennis.
I do Dennis's. Then we have movie night. That takes up a couple of nights because we hang out and chat during movie nights. Come in and say hi to us in our chat because we have a live chat going along with the movie. So we talk about the movies, have fun, just kind of like what we do here, but we're watching the movie at the same time. So sometimes we make fun of the movie. Sometimes we thought, oh, that's cool. Or did you hear him say that? That's soft disclosure. We do that a lot too. So make sure you pop in chat and say hi to us and hang out if you make our movie nights on Rumble. And then, like I said, Sundays are our special guest shows. And you never know. You catch us on Jessica the Cryptid Huntress. You can catch us on other shows where we do special guest appearances. We've been on Alienate UK. We've been on Barb Hartman's.
Ooh.
Anybody invites us to come on, we usually come on and hang out and talk about what we find, or it could be like Jessica. She'll bring us on to talk about a specific subject. It doesn't necessarily have to be stuff that we've experienced or seen on our cameras or anything, but we do cover the cryptid, paranormal, and high strangeness topics. So we like talking about it and having fun. And
We got a big fat coon.
oh, a coon. Well, I guess we might as well show.
We can end with a big fat coon.
We
Oh,
can
never
show-
mind. He just ran off.
Well, see, you got me all.
He just waddled off.
You got me all worked up, ready to show
I
some
think there's no
coon
food
butt.
left. He was kind of sniffing around. I was like, damn it, those skunks took all of it. Should have came earlier, dude. Sorry.
So you can go through our playlist or our library on YouTube and Rumble and find all of our past shows. And please let us know. Give us a like, a share, a follow, whatever the case may be, and give us a comment. Help our algorithm out and give us some viewing hours. And other than that, we'll see you in the 24/7 because that's always going, or at least we try to keep it up and going. Sometimes we have technical difficulties or have to refresh the computer and memory and all that good stuff. And
I try to keep an eye on chat. Sometimes I'm modding for Jessica or other shows. We mod for so many shows, and then I look up and somebody came in and typed and left, and I went, oh man, I missed them. Sorry.
but we try to reply to every single comment that we get on our videos, or at least heart them and like them. And a lot of times we try to reply back to them. But it is time consuming doing the shows and setting everything up and getting guests and trying to keep the cameras going and finding new subjects. So sometimes we're on a time crunch. But we try to reply to everybody, especially if you send us an email, we'll definitely reply. So saying all that, please go visit our merch shop if you get a chance.
Come
Are you having fun?
on. Yeah. It's fun. Come
So
on.
if you like our shirts, thank you. If you order them, that's great. If you don't, that's fine too. We're not pressuring anybody to order anything from us. We just do it because we enjoy it and we like wearing our own shirts.
But if you don't, we're going to curse you with a,
Yeah, you'll get a
Screaming goat.
screaming goat.
we'll send a screaming goat after you. Yeah, take that. Take that.
All right, everybody. We love you. Thanks for
Hello.
coming.
Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. We love each and every one of you.
So the next show will be Friday night for movie night. So we'll see you there. Keep looking up.
Keep your vibrations high.
Love you guys. Thanks for coming. Where do we get the shirts?
Who said that? I didn't see that.
Rose over in Rumble.
Oh,
You can get it at midwestnightwatchers.printful.me. Send us an email, Rose, at midwestnightwatchers@gmail.com, and we'll send you the link, or anybody. It's all right. Love
Right.
you guys. We have an outro. So check out our new outro.
ooh. All right. Till next time, guys.